It's Thursday, December 4th. The federal government is sending out letters informing public sector workers about early retirement options as it looks to cut tens of thousands of jobs.
CHEO is warning parents about an alarming spike in flu cases in our city as respiratory virus season is only just beginning.
I keep my weight down, I get adequate sleep, and I can still do a little work, about 3 or 4 hours a day.
A 100-year-old Christmas tree farmer is keeping his family business going 70 years later. Your Morning Ottawa starts right now.
Good morning, come on in. I'm Rosie Edda.
Happy Thursday, everybody. I'm Will Aiello.
And I'm Melissa Lamb.
I can't wait to see that story. Over 70 years, local tree farmer, keeping the festive season alive
right.
and continuing it through his family.
100 years old. What did he say? Gets lots of sleep, keeps his weight down, and he keeps on going. I love it. I love it. We're going to follow that for sure. Can't wait to see that interview. But right now, we're going to get to your top stories. The federal government is taking the next steps in its plan to drastically reduce the size of the public service in the coming years. Tens of thousands of employees are now receiving letters about early retirement options. Letters are being sent to around 68,000 public servants who may be eligible to retire early. This is part of the plan to cut another 28,000 jobs by 2029, as stated in the budget. The government is trying to do that through attrition to avoid laying off younger workers. Those who decide on early retirement won't see any penalties to their pensions. In a statement to the Public Service Alliance of Canada, says it supports efforts to prevent involuntary layoffs, but any early departure program must be negotiated with the union because no one should be pressured into giving up hard-fought rights.
CHEO is sounding the alarm about a concerning rise in flu cases here in Ottawa. The hospital says there has been a significant increase in the number of children coming to the emergency department since the start of cold and flu season. In November, the number of kids testing positive for influenza was 8 times higher than last year, and that resulted in twice as many hospitalizations from the virus. CHEO says most children seeking care have not been vaccinated and is urging everyone to get their flu shot. Some good news when it comes to the fight against auto theft here in the capital. New data from Ottawa Police shows a decrease in the number of stolen vehicles this year. Between January and November of this year, just over 1,300 vehicles were reported stolen across the city. That's down from 1,460 in 2024, a drop of nearly 10%. Many Ottawa residents are still taking precautions.
I use a club on my vehicle because of it.
I did get the security tag from the dealership because I feel like I have to have it.
What I did was I had the lock that you buy on Amazon, so I put the wheel lock and that's it.
Here are some of the hotspots, though, for auto theft in the Ottawa area. Gloucester Southgate, with more than 100 vehicles stolen this year, followed by Alta Vista and Rideau Vanier wards. The most targeted vehicles in Canada include the Toyota RAV4 and the Dodge Ram.
Little Italy could soon be home to not one, but 2 of Ottawa's tallest high-rise buildings. A city committee approved a plan to allow Claridge Homes to build a 50-story building overlooking Dow's Lake.
Given it would be next to the current tallest building in Ottawa, I think it's going to be a bit of a busy place now with the new hospital coming in as well. I live at this one right now. It's too tall.
The city's planning committee approved an amendment to the official plan to allow a 50-story building to scrape the sky at 829 Carling Avenue near Preston Street. The building would be mixed use with 503 residential units. It would be within walking distance of the future civic campus of the Ottawa Hospital and would be less than 100 meters east of the Dow's Lake LRT station. This plan will now go before City Council next Wednesday.
3 people under the age of 18 are facing charges after an alleged hate-motivated crime at the Billingsbridge OC Transpo Station. Police say they directed slurs at a group of victims and flashed 2 tasers on Tuesday afternoon. A bystander intervened and was allegedly also threatened with a taser. The 3 individuals cannot be named under the Youth Criminal Justice Act.
A doctor who pleaded guilty to selling Friends star Matthew Perry ketamine has been sentenced to 2.5 years in prison. A Los Angeles judge handed down the prison sentence plus 2 years of probation to 44-year-old Dr. Salvador Plasencia. Plasencia admitted to illegally selling ketamine to Perry, knowing he was a struggling addict. However, the ketamine that killed Perry was not provided by Plasencia. He is the first to be sentenced of the 5 defendants who have pleaded guilty in connection to Perry's death.
Just in time for the busy holiday shopping season, Ottawa residents can now have their Amazon purchase delivered a little bit faster. Amazon Canada is expanding same-day delivery service here in Ottawa. There are now 4 same-day delivery options, including 2 added daytime and afternoon windows. Same-day delivery is only available for Amazon Prime members.
A Cornwall crossing guard is being honored for 50 years of service.
Okay, you coming across? Something I never dream of. It was so awesome. The whole crowd that was here, my grandkids, my daughters.
Crossing guard Rose Durley is being honored by the city of Cornwall.
The city unveiled a plaque and a bench yesterday, marking her 5-decade commitment. At 83 years young, Rose says she has no intention of retiring.
Yay,
Incredible.
Rose.
I love that she's being acknowledged as well for something like that, because you are standing out there, you're cold, you're doing something really important, protecting the kids and the local safety around. That's so great. 50 years doing that.
All weather elements, the cold, the snow, the rain, the sun. She has to sit through it all.
And doing so, obviously, with a positive attitude, you know, putting some smiles on the faces early on in the morning.
Absolutely. Well, we're in for a special treat later on this afternoon.
Oh.
No, not.
Can we use the word psych?
Oh,
Can we
my
bring
goodness.
Psych back?
Yeah, psych. Is that what the millennials, or no, the Gen Zs are saying these days? Yeah, temperatures are actually going to drop from where we're sitting this morning. So it's going to be colder this afternoon than it is right now. And trust me, it's already a cold start to your day. We are seeing some light snow this morning. So we started off with some flurries to start off your day. We will continue to see that until about noon hour today. So that's when skies will clear up. We will then get to see some sunshine. That snow will clear up into your overnight as well. But temperatures will actually drop through the day ahead and be much colder this afternoon than where we're sitting this morning. As we head into your day tomorrow, similar day, we will start off with a bit of sunshine. We could see some snow overnight Friday and through your day on Saturday. So temps right now, -6, not so bad. Feels like -14. We've kind of been used to that at the beginning of the week, but it will drop this afternoon. We'll hover around -12, feeling closer to -24 with the wind chill. So yes, a very chilly afternoon in the forecast for us. We're going to see these very strong winds pick up speed as well. Currently seeing some southwest winds gusting 20 to 40 kilometers an hour. They'll begin to gust around 60 kilometers an hour into your afternoon till about 4 p.m. Then wind speeds will calm down in through your overnight. So not too bad into your day tomorrow as well. But temperatures today, very, very chilly. So make sure you have all the winter gear today. You need all your warm gear, maybe some warmers for your mitts or your boots if you're going to be outside, because temps will hover around -12. So we'll just start to drop throughout the morning hours into your afternoon. And with that wind chill, we'll feel closer to -24 later on today, and cold across the region. These are your average temperatures into your afternoon. So -12 for Pembroke, as well as in the valley. -10 is where temperatures will hover in through your day ahead in Gatineau. So here's a look at the day ahead. And yes, we're warmest this morning. We'll hover around -12 into the afternoon, all the way to -17 overnight tonight. Those flurries this morning clearing up around noon hour today, with a bit of sunshine on the way late this afternoon. Tomorrow the sun is out, not so bad temperature wise. -5 is the high. Milder for the weekend, -1 for Saturday, but we are expecting periods of light snow in the forecast for Saturday. Sunday, Monday, nice and warm, but again, we're dealing with this cold snap, colder conditions to start off the work week, and it will stay a little bit chilly in through Wednesday. On your roads this morning, here's a live look at your time saver traffic. No issues to report. Traffic is running well this hour. It's smooth sailing east to west. Now let's check out your TSN must-see moment.
Hello there, Kara Wagland in the Sports Center newsroom with your must-see moment from Wednesday. And for it, we are off to Milwaukee, where the Bucks are hosting the Pistons. Miles Turner just going at the rim, throws one down. He woke up this morning and he chose some violence. A huge slam for the Bucks center. Puts Isaiah Stewart, tried to block him. Instead, he ends up on the wrong side of that one. It's your must-see moment from Wednesday. And coming up tonight on TSN, we kick off Week 14 in the NFL. We got the Cowboys and Lions going head-to-head. Coverage for that one gets underway at 7 Eastern at 4 Pacific. That's all for now from Sports Center. Have a great day.
Coming up on Your Morning Ottawa.
I keep my weight down. I get adequate sleep, and I can still do a little work, about 3 or 4 hours a day.
Oh, yes, you can. We introduce you to a 100-year-old Christmas tree farmer who has been working at his family's Kempville farm for more than 70 years. That's just ahead. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Skycam. You're watching Your Morning Ottawa.
The magic of the holidays is here, and this year the need is greater than ever.
Let's ensure every child in our community feels the joy with CTV and Move 100's Toy Mountain.
Together with the Salvation Army, we can help spread cheer and make a child's wish come true.
Drop off any new unwrapped toy to the designated drop-off locations or make a monetary donation online.
For all the details, visit toymountain.ca, presented by Donnelly Automotive Group.
Walmart Canada is so proud to support Toy Mountain. This is the season for giving, and every child deserves to have a great holiday. Bring a new unwrapped toy or donate at toymountain.ca. Walmart and Toy Mountain, helping families this holiday season.
Welcome back. Here are the big stories we are following today on Your Morning Ottawa. The federal government is taking the next steps in its plan to drastically reduce the size of the public service in the coming years. CHEO is sounding the alarm about a concerning rise in flu cases right here in Ottawa. New data from Ottawa Police shows a decrease in the number of stolen vehicles this year.
And as we take a look outside, it is bitterly cold out there. Temperatures -9 degrees currently, feeling like -16 with the wind chill, and temperatures aren't warming up whatsoever. The only switch that we're having is that chance of flurries turns to a little bit of sunshine, but it is going to be a cold day and a cold evening ahead, so bundle up. And on your roads at this hour, we are cruising up to 6:15. Nothing major to report. As anything changes throughout the morning, we'll pass along any collisions or detours along the way.
The holiday season is a special time for many, but this is a particularly meaningful year for one Eastern Ontario Christmas tree farmer. Pud Johnston is marking a milestone. He is now 100 years old, and as CTV's Dave Charbonneau reports, he's still hard at work with the family business he started more than 7 decades ago.
At Johnson Brothers Tree Farm near Kempville, Ontario, owner Pud Johnson is still moving through the fields just as he has for 73 seasons.
I love the trees, I love the outdoors, the fresh air, and the exercise is healthful.
At 100 years old, Johnston is out here most days tending to the trees he has spent a lifetime growing.
Well, I stay fit, I watch my diet, I keep my weight down, I get adequate sleep, and I can still do a little work, about 3 or 4 hours a day.
The family business first opened in 1952. Now, decades later, his son Kerry works on the farm, watching his father continue the work he loves.
I think that it's almost impossible to believe. You know, there are no old people working the same way that my father is.
And as generations of families return to the farm each year, Kerry says they have watched those customers grow up.
We have children who are now adults that come here that remember, you know, Dad and Mom and the activity, but now they have children. And that's quite a thing that, you know, we have that longevity.
We've been married and together for 60 years. Yeah, a long time. Yes, I think we should cut this one down for our family room.
According to his wife Sheila, the trees are what keep him moving every day.
I think he needs his trees. He needs to come out and get the exercise. Probably needs to be a little, have some alone time, maybe.
And even at 100 years old, retirement still seems to be more of a joke than a plan.
When are you going to retire?
This year.
Yeah?
I think I've retired already.
For now, Pud Johnson is happy right where he's always been, among the trees for another year of Christmas memories. Dave Charbonneau, CTV News.
Pud Dad. happy 100 years and counting. That's amazing.
It is so amazing. We're just talking in such great shape. Like he's chopping down those trees, he's trimming them, and you can tell that there's so much passion behind it. And Sheila comes in and says, he needs it. And he needs his alone time. It's just what an amazing story. And I love that they're continuing that tradition throughout the family as well.
That is wonderful. He's surrounded by trees. You know my love for trees. And I'm like, yeah, there you go. Moving every single day with purpose. I mean, that's a family business. So of course he's going to wake up and go, yeah, well, got to get to work. And I feel like, retirement, he's like, what do you mean? I'm not really working. I'm, living the dream. Running this family business since 1952? Are you kidding me?
Come on.
Oh, wow. 100 years young.
It's so amazing to watch, too, and I love that Sheila goes, she goes, okay, so all the trees each year, she goes, we're going to use this one. This is our family tree that we're going to use. And there he goes, just chopping it down. Just amazing to see what we have in our community and how you can just keep going. And I think now I know where I'm going to get my trees for the future coming.
There you go.
All right, more details on our stories coming up, but we're going to start with a Liberal MP in British Columbia who says Prime Minister Mark Carney will have to answer questions on why he reversed a budget commitment on tax credits when he signed the Alberta energy deal. Let's check in with Bill Carroll from the Morning Rush on News Talk 580 CFRA to get his thoughts. Good morning to you, Bill.
Good morning. Well, it's not a floor crosser, but a little more trouble in paradise with the Liberals. This is a little bit interesting. I mean, I won't go into the details about how they use carbon to get more carbon out of the ground and why the tax rebate is going to continue, because I don't think that's, at this moment, the story. The story is that, first of all, we just had the budget. The budget is 5 minutes old. The ink is not dry on the budget. And this Liberal MP from out west makes a good point. Why are we seeing the government break a promise in the budget, a plan in the budget, within weeks of introducing the budget? It doesn't show much organization or forethought. I mean, it kind of, in my mind, renders a document that I already thought was largely BS anyway. It just renders it pretty much worthless, right? It's a piece of paper that means nothing if the government will turn around and do something this big that fast. But the other part of the story, of course, Will, is that it shows there's some dissent in the ranks, that this prime minister is going to have a lot of trouble with West Coast MPs and those who are all in on the environment, those who survived the Trudeau era, who are not going to like where Mark Carney is going right now. So, yeah, there's a little backlash there. Not every MP is standing up against it. I mean, there are some saying, yeah, that's going to be interesting for the prime minister. He's going to have to explain that. And others seem a little more concerned about it than that. So it's going to be something we should be watching very closely the next few weeks, I think. It's going to be tricky for the prime minister.
Yeah, I think so, too. And I think you made a great point where it's just weeks. We're still fresh off the budget, and we're already making potentially massive changes. So we'll have to see if any other MPs come and step up to say their word. Appreciate your time, Bill.
You guys have a good day.
And remember, you can listen to The Morning Rush with Bill Carroll on News Talk 580 CFRA weekdays from 6 till 10 in the morning. And coming up next on Your Morning Ottawa, we are taking your comments on the cost of food. Which items have you noticed that are getting more expensive? I mean, we know them all. But what are some particular items at home that you're really noticing? Let us know. That's coming up just ahead. We're going to take a peek outside through our Skycam on George Street. And, ooh, it is bitterly cold out there on your Thursday morning. And it will not be a warm day whatsoever. Temperatures feeling cold this time of year. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Today on Your Morning Ottawa, Dalhousie University professor and researcher Sylvain Charlebois tells us about the annual food price report for 2025. So we are asking for your comments on what food that you buy has gone up in price the most. Let us know your thoughts. Email us at yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca. So you're walking through the aisles of the grocery store. Melissa, what has made you go, wait, what?
Goodness, I mean, I feel like everything has gone up so much. It's hard to pick just one. But I think the biggest thing that we've noticed is the price of meat. We eat a lot of meat in our house, and mainly my husband eats a lot of meat in our house. And so what we've done to kind of offset some of the cost of meat is we've actually bought a cow from a local farmer.
Oh,
so my
wow.
husband and 3 other
Really?
friends went in and they bought a full cow and they make it a quarter, so we got the quarter of the cow, and that's enabled us to be able to still enjoy meat with being a little bit more cost effective. And then when we do notice certain things go on sale, we will still buy from the grocery store, but then we know we have our backup storage plan for the days that meat's too expensive and we still want to eat it.
Yeah,
But
that is
been
really
one way.
something.
Yeah, because meat's just gone up, like chicken, fish, everything's gone up.
Everything.
Yeah, what about you?
I'm in the exact same boat. We all know that I have a lot of meat here on
Yeah.
the show, so I always have meat. It's like a chicken, whether it's steak or pork. But what I've always done is supported like local farms. So I'll always go to a local butchery or go to a farm and get the meat. But for me, it's a little bit different because, you know, Melissa, like you've got the whole family to support.
Yes.
It's just like me and it's my dog. So like I'm able to still be on that end where like the meat, I can still do that for now. But then I start thinking from the outside perspective of what if I had to feed for 4 people? What if I had children? What if I had this? And then my mindset drastically changes.
Yeah.
Because the cost of meat has just gone up so significantly, but still want to support as local as I can.
Yeah. You know what I've noticed, and okay, this is just very frivolous, and I'm going to say this anyway, this bit of junk food has gone up.
Yes.
And I'm so glad. Chips. I love chips. I love chips. And you used to be able to get like 2 big old bags for
$1.
couple of dollars, and now it's like, got to pay more money. And I'm like, yes. Now I won't buy them as
That
often.
is very true, because
you
I
go.
bought chips for a party the other day and I couldn't get over that. It was $7
Yeah.
for 2 bags of chips. I was like,
Imagine the first half of the bag is all air
It's
too
all
until
air.
you get to
I'm
the
like,
bottom.
aren't these 99 cents? Like, what happened to chip
No.
inflation? Yeah,
Things
it's
have
true.
gone up, no doubt about it. Okay, we're going to be hearing from you later on in the show. We're asking what food that you buy has gone up in price the most. Send us your comments at yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca.
And coming up in the 7 o'clock hour on Your Morning Ottawa, we will hear from food professor Sylvain Charlebois, who will break down the annual food price report for 2025, looking at how much Canadians spend on groceries this year. We'll be right back.
Thanks so much for starting your morning with us. I'm Rosie Edda.
Happy Thursday, everyone. I'm Will Aiello.
And I'm Melissa Lamb.
And we're feeling nice and festive. We've got the tree set up. We've got some more decorations in the studio as we enter our first weekend of December.
Oh my goodness, it's wild. And it's my son's birthday.
What?
Yeah, on Saturday.
Yay!
Happy birthday. Well, it's coming up,
Yeah.
but still, happy early birthday.
Oh, don't worry. He'll be in the milestones.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Is
yes.
Mom ready for this big old
No,
party?
this is a big one. 6. I feel like that's such an. He seems so old all of a sudden. 6 is so old.
He'll always be your baby.
Absolutely.
Aw, so cute.
That's great. All right, we're going to get to today's top stories now. The federal government is taking the next steps in its plan to drastically reduce the size of the public service in the coming years. Tens of thousands of employees are now receiving letters about early retirement options. Nearly 70,000 public servants receiving the letter do not have to make a decision right now. They're just being given information about their options. The federal budget calls for about 28,000 federal jobs to be cut by 2029. This program is expected to start early next year. In a statement, the Public Service Alliance of Canada says it supports efforts to prevent involuntary layoffs, but an early departure program must be negotiated with the union because no one should be pressured into giving up hard-fought rights.
CHEO is sounding the alarm about a concerning rise in flu cases here in Ottawa. The hospital says there has been a significant increase in the number of children coming to the emergency department since the start of cold and flu season. In November, the number of kids testing positive for influenza was 8 times higher than last year, resulting in twice as many hospitalizations for CHEO. They say that most children seeking care have not been vaccinated and is urging everyone to get the flu shot. Ottawa police are reporting a 10% drop in the number of stolen vehicles across the city, the second straight year of declining numbers. Gloucester Southgate remains the city's hot spot for criminals, with more than 100 vehicles stolen between January and November of this year. Alta Vista is a close second, followed by Rideau, Vanier, Orleans South, Navan, and College Ward.
Crime is quite often opportunistic. So the minute that it starts to get hard, the gangs move on. And in this case, CAA has seen some movement to the west. So there is an increase, for example, in Alberta.
The downtrend in auto theft comes as more drivers are taking matters into their own hands to protect their vehicles from thieves. Ottawa police say last year about 60% of stolen vehicles were recovered.
Pilots at Air Transat have voted to go on strike if a deal can't be reached with the airline. The Airline Pilots Association said that pilots voted 99% in favor of a strike. A 21-day cooling-off period ends on December 10th. At that point, 700 airline pilots can walk off the job, or management can impose a lockout. Air Transat has struggled amid stiff competition for vacation destinations. We are now hearing from former Environment Minister Steven Guilbeault, who resigned last week over a disagreement in climate policy.
My government needs to be honest with Canadians. With the rollbacks that we've seen over the past few months on different climate change measures that have been adopted over the years by me and some of my predecessors, it is impossible to see how we achieve our 2030 targets.
Guilbeault resigned as Canadian Identity and Culture Minister hours after Prime Minister Mark Carney and Alberta Premier Daniel Smith unveiled a new memorandum of understanding laying the groundwork for major energy projects, including a new pipeline. He believes Canada's goal to hit net zero emissions by 2050 is in jeopardy.
Parents are getting an idea of how their kids are doing when it comes to standardized testing. The province released the EQAO test results, and it shows that many students are struggling.
There have been inadequate progress in reading, writing, and especially math. Half of grade 6 students and 42% of grade 9 students are not meeting the provincial standard in math.
And in Ottawa, the results are similar. In the Ottawa-Carleton District School Board, roughly 47% of grade 6 and 39% of grade 9 students are below the standard in math. In the Catholic Board, it's 42% in both grades. The province is now reviewing how students are taught and tested, but teachers' unions say the testing doesn't capture real classroom challenges.
The more diverse population in terms of their needs is causing, greater issues for our members.
The education minister says the results are linked to, quote, dysfunctional trustee performance, which comes as he weighs the elimination of trustees across the province.
The cost of food is going up next year, according to Canada's Food Price Report. The report by Dalhousie Agriculture Food Analytics Lab predicts an average family of 4 will spend more than $17,000 on food next year, almost $1,000 more than this year, according to the report. Some of the factors driving up food prices this year are the trade war, the end of the federal government's tax holiday, and the soaring cost for beef. We will speak with the report's lead author in the 7 o'clock hour.
The Ottawa Police Service is looking for donations of personal hygiene products for women as part of their annual Purse Project campaign, now in its 10th year.
We know that women just cannot opt out of having their period, so period poverty is a real thing.
You can donate products from now until December 14th. Also needed gently used purses. You can drop off donations, at Ottawa police stations and at several Shoppers Drug Mart locations.
E-transfers are also being accepted. More details are listed on our website, ctvnewsottawa.ca.
Love this initiative. So many great campaigns this time of year, really, to help so many in need. And that is something that we don't always think about, right?
That's very true. It's very true. Period poverty is a real thing. And to help those who are in need, so many different levels, so many different ways that we can help, and that's one of them.
Absolutely. Well, our forecast today is one of those days you're going to want to bundle up and stay inside. You definitely need all the warm clothes this morning. Make sure you have the neck warmers out. You will need it later on this afternoon. Still seeing some light flurries out there this morning. This afternoon, extremely cold. It will be colder later on this afternoon than it is this morning, so temperatures will actually drop throughout the day ahead. Still seeing those scattered flurries this morning, so we saw some light snow into the overnight. Still seeing a little bit of that this morning, so roads could be a little bit slippery on your drive-in, so keep that in mind. It will clear out around noon hour today, making way for some sunshine, so we will see some sunshine into your afternoon. However, not warming things up at whatsoever. It will be very, very cold later on today. Overnight still clear, same with tomorrow. Then Saturday's the day. Late in the morning, we could start to see a few more snowflakes in the forecast, so we do have a snowy Saturday on the way. Temps right now, -6, not so bad. Feels closer to -14 with that wind chill. Similar throughout the region, colder in the valley this morning, sitting at -11. It is -4 out in Montreal. On top of all the cold conditions, we're going to see strong winds as well, gusting out of the southwest. Right now, gusting 20 to 40 kilometers an hour. But in through the afternoon, from noon hour till about 4 p.m., we could see winds gusting around 60 kilometers an hour. So stronger, more intense winds into the afternoon. Those will calm down into the overnight and into your day tomorrow as well. So your drive-in this morning could be a little bit slippery because we're seeing some flurries and we see some snow-covered roads, especially on the side streets. Main Street seems to be pretty good this morning. As we head home tonight, skies will be nice and clear, so you won't have to worry about slippery driving conditions on your way home from work. Temperatures today will actually have around -12 for us here in the city, so we're going to gradually drop down throughout the morning hours. Same within the valley. -10 for Bancroft today. Slightly warmer for Kingston, Trenton area. You'll hover around -4 into the afternoon. -6 over in Montreal, -5, -12 for Mont Tremblant, -15 is where temperatures will hover today over in Kittagan-Zibi. Will feel closer to -24 this afternoon, so a very strong wind chill in the forecast for us. Cold conditions on the way for your Thursday. Overnight dropping all the way down to -17. Into your day tomorrow, mix of sun and cloud. Temperatures will hover around -5 into the afternoon, so slightly warmer, even milder as we head into Saturday, -1. Temperatures below seasonal over the next 7 days. We should be still sitting around 0, and you'll see we will be below that right through until next week. Then the cold snap is back. Sunday and through Monday will be nice and sunny, but again, very cold conditions on the way, especially those overnight lows. It will stay chilly right through the end of the work week next week.
Weather brought to you by Manotick Place Retirement Community, a community you can call home.
On your roads this morning, still smooth sailing on your drive-in. We aren't seeing any major issues east to west. Just starting to see some volume pick up right now. If you are heading eastbound on the 417, we're starting to see some volume. Richmond and through Pinecrest, and pretty light if you are heading westbound on the 417 this hour.
Traffic brought to you by Presler Injury Lawyers, 1-800-JUSTICE.
And coming up on Your Morning Ottawa, a new bill at Queen's Park is raising concerns about tenant rights in the province. Some landlords say the changes are needed because a small number of tenants are abusing the system to avoid paying rent and moving out. Here's a live look through our sky cam, and it is feeling cold this morning. Do not leave home unbundled. Is that a word, unbundled? Sure. It is today. Happy Thursday. We'll be right back.
Good morning. Here are some of the big stories happening today on Your Morning Ottawa. The federal government is taking the next steps in its plan to drastically reduce the size of the public service in the coming years. CHEO is sounding the alarm about a concerning rise in flu cases right here in Ottawa. New data from Ottawa Police shows a decrease in the number of stolen vehicles this year.
In our forecast this morning, a chilly start to your day. We're sitting at -6, feels closer to -14 this morning, but temps this afternoon dropping. Will drop late this morning to -9, all the way to -12 late this afternoon. We'll feel closer to -24 into your day ahead. So a very chilly Thursday forecast for us. Those flurries will end around noon hour today. Sunshine tomorrow, but staying cold with a high of -5, slightly warmer on Saturday with a high of -1, but we are expecting more snow. On your roads this hour, here's a live look at your time-saver traffic. No issues to report, just starting to see volume building. You can see Richmond and through Pinecrest slightly heavier this hour if you're heading eastbound on the 417.
Well, the housing bill that passed at Queen's Park last week is starting to raise concerns that it could make it easier for landlords to evict tenants. But some groups, especially those representing smaller landlords, say that changes are needed to bring balance back to the rental system. Here's CTV's Pat Forn.
There were protests at Queen's Park when Bill 60 was passed, concerns that landlords would be given new powers to evict tenants. The government says it's about fairness for all involved.
We're creating balance in the landlord-tenant system.
I've been trying to get them out. I've been trying to move back for a while.
Priscilla Addo owns a house in Whitby but had to move out following a separation. The single mother now rents but wants to move back into her home. She says the tenants are often late with the rent and have delayed her case with the Landlord and Tenant Board for almost 2 years.
I should have the right to move back home, and the Landlord Tenant Board should not have control over something that I worked so hard. I worked so hard to purchase.
She gets to stay, and I have no rights to my property.
Sylvia Vago owns a condo in Toronto. Her parents are retired and were going to move into it, but the current tenant is refusing to move out. The case has been before the Landlord and Tenant Board for a year and a half. The tenant says she will only move out if Vago gives her $25,000.
Like $25,000 is not an amount that is reasonable at all, and I cannot have access to it back until she decides that she wants to move out.
I think Bill 60 is a small step in leveling the playing field.
Solo is a group that advocates for 8,500 small landlords in Ontario. It says the changes will help reduce waiting times to get cases heard faster before the board.
Right now, for me to ask somebody to leave because they're not paying rent, it will take me 10 months. And that's under the new rules. Before, it would take me 2 years.
Small landlords say if they need their property back, it should happen in a reasonable amount of time without the threat of cash for keys.
If I had the opportunity to do this again, I would never rent out my property. I would never be a landlord.
I feel like, it's not fair that me and my children, do we have to become homeless? Do we have to go into a shelter? Because I'm getting evicted now.
Pat Foran, CTV News.
On today's show, we asked what food that you buy has gone up in price the most. And here's what you had to say.
Yeah, Lane says, I am noticing that the price of beef keeps climbing, so I just don't buy it. It's actually more convenient to go to my mom and dad's freezer and get a roast from the beef that they slaughtered in the fall.
Melissa.
Yeah, there you go. And we actually do store some of ours at my parents'. Brandy says, gosh, everything is going up. I love meat and veggies like everyone else, but I just don't buy it if it costs too much.
And Martin says, beef. We are no longer buying except for a special occasion. Prices are so expensive. Stores are now selling ungraded beef, which means tough meat.
Yep, completely. Yeah, I think we're seeing a trend here.
Yeah.
Pamela says we have noticed hamburger meat, romaine lettuce, and the Lindt chocolate squares that come in a bag from Costco.
Ooh.
They have all gone up so much, it's crazy, and yes, it is.
Yeah. Renee says, good morning. Baking season is upon us, and unfortunately, the price of chocolate seems to have skyrocketed.
Yes, that's true.
The price of chocolate chips at Costco used to be around $20 to $25, and now the Chipette chocolate chips are $34.99 and $37.99 for the Kirkland brand. I love baking for my family and giving it out as gifts, so it's disappointing.
Oh, that's true. Even chocolate is going up too. There's no doubt about it. It is affecting our wallets, and looking forward to you speaking with Agri-Food Analytics to find out about the report, what has gone up and why, and can we save a little money somewhere?
Strawberries too. My daughter always asks for strawberries, and they're like $7.99 for the little container now. It's crazy.
It was a big story in the summer how much strawberries had gone up year to year during the height of the season.
So true. All right, we're going to be hearing from you a little later on in the show. We're asking what food that you buy has gone up in price the most. Send us your comments at yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca.
And coming up next on Your Morning Ottawa, which artist did Canadians stream the most this year? We'll tell you about that Spotify list coming up shortly. We're going to take a peek outside through our Sky Cam on George Street. Still a chance for some flurries this morning and colder temperatures. Not going to be a warm day whatsoever. It is 6:50 on your Thursday. We'll be right back.
Time for your morning fix, and Spotify has unveiled its trends for 2025, highlighting the top songs and artists of the year in Canada and around the world.
Sometimes we laugh, sometimes we cry, but I guess you know now.
Drake was the most streamed artist in Canada, followed by Taylor Swift, Morgan Wallen, The Weeknd, and Kendrick Lamar. Ordinary by Alex Warren was the top song in Canada, while Wallen's I Am the Problem was the top album. Meanwhile, Bad Bunny is the top global artist for the 4th time in a row, and Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars' hit Die With a Smile was the top song being streamed more than 1.7 billion times. Had to add in that billion.
Compared to the numbers too, like with having apps and Spotify,
Yeah.
Apple Music and all this, compared to before when you just had like your Walkman.
Yeah.
I feel like it's so easy to just keep playing and playing and playing.
So true.
Yeah.
And you can go on and see which your top ones are. Mine were no doubt Taylor Swift and Morgan Wallen.
There you go.
The top
There you
ones.
go.
Not the K-pop for the kids?
No, well, no. That's on my YouTube.
There it is.
Well, what happens when a raccoon goes into a liquor store? A suspected bandit and an unidentified raccoon was found passed out in the bathroom floor of a liquor store by animal protection officer. They were able to wrangle the inebriated animal to a shelter to sober up, and after a few hours of rest and maybe some greasy food and no signs of injury, the raccoon was released back into the wild.
Come on now.
No way.
Right?
No way.
He broke into the liquor store, had a few bottles.
He tore up
sippy.
that joint.
That is passed out on the belly.
Oh, yeah.
That's a different time.
And made it to the bathroom to know to pass out in the bathroom.
Right.
Like just didn't pass out in the middle of the liquor store. Literally crawled to the bathroom. Is like, I'm gonna pass out
That
here.
is so funny.
Right?
I just feel like that raccoon needs a talking to by the mama raccoon. Like, what are you doing?
They're more like us than we think.
I just can't believe that happened.
You have tears in your eyes over this.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, man.
Well, FIFA has teamed up with Lego. They've launched a life-sized World Cup trophy soccer ball made out of more than 2,800 Lego bricks. The toy version is the exact same height, 36.8 centimeters as the real thing. It will sell for $250 Canadian and will be available in March. The tournament, co-hosted by Canada, the US, and Mexico, kicks off in June. So you can get your own life-size trophy with Lego.
I feel like I know that the World Cup is next year, 2026, but I'm like, why wouldn't you have that out for Christmas?
Right?
You know?
That could be a top toy.
Yeah, exactly. $250. That's a big old gift.
Lego usually doesn't miss like that.
But if it's real size, parents are looking to be like, oh, that is some time that my kids are taking to do. So that's not like a 1 hour gift. That's a several day gift.
Right.
You just have to fence it off, right, when they're building stuff so that you don't get Lego toy.
Oh, goodness, yeah.
It's a real thing.
It really is. Among other toys, it is.
All right, coming up in the next hour, we continue with our live Loco Giving Week, highlighting 2 charities you can help support this holiday season. The Ottawa Art Gallery took home 2 awards at the Ontario Galleries Awards. OAG's executive director, they'll tell us what it means to the gallery and how much did Canadians spend on food in 2025? We break down the annual food price report for 2025. That's all coming up. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. It is Thursday, 6:56. You're watching Your Morning Ottawa.
Tis the season to lend a helping hand, Ottawa.
Join us for the CTV Your Morning Ottawa Food Drive on Friday, December 12th. We're teaming up with the Ottawa Food Bank to help our neighbors this holiday season.
Drop off your non-perishable food items at 87 George Street or make a monetary donation, allowing the Ottawa Food Bank to buy what's needed most when it's needed.
CTV Your Morning Ottawa Food Drive, December 12th, proudly sponsored by Doyle Saluski.
It's Thursday, December 4th. The federal government is sending out letters informing public sector workers about early retirement options as it looks to cut tens of thousands of jobs.
CHEO is warning parents about an alarming spike in flu cases in our city as respiratory virus season is only just beginning.
And how much will Canadians pay for food in 2026? We'll tell you more about the annual food price report coming up. Your Morning Ottawa continues right now.
Good morning. Come on in. I'm Rosie Edda.
I'm Willa Yellow.
And I'm Melissa Lamb.
And in our questions today, we're asking everyone, like, what's the food price item at your home that's gone up? I know we talk about pretty much everything has gone up, but meat. We said meat, and that seems to be so many of our viewers' reactions too. It's just getting
beef in particular,
so high that they're not even getting it anymore.
Right, exactly. It's
They're
crazy.
making their changes. We're going to have an interview coming up with Agri-Food Analytics about the report, taking a look at the 2025 prices and where it's headed for 2026.
Exactly.
That's coming up in just a minute, but first we're going to get to your top stories. The federal government is taking the next steps in its plan to drastically reduce the size of the public service in the coming years. Tens of thousands of employees are now receiving letters about early retirement options. Letters are being sent to around 68,000 public servants who may be eligible to retire early. This is part of the plan to cut another 28,000 jobs by 2029, as stated in the budget. The government is trying to do that through attrition to avoid laying off younger workers. Those who decide on early retirement won't see any penalties to their pensions. In a statement, the Public Service Alliance of Canada says it supports efforts to prevent involuntary layoffs, but an early retirement departure program must be negotiated with the union because no one should be pressured into giving up hard-fought rights.
CHEO is sounding the alarm about a concerning rise in flu cases here in Ottawa. The hospital says there has been a significant increase in the number of children coming to the emergency department since the start of cold and flu season. In November, the number of kids testing positive for influenza was 8 times higher than last year, and that resulted in twice as many hospitalizations for the virus. CHEO says most children seeking care have not been vaccinated and is urging everyone to get their flu shot. Some good news, though, when it comes to the fight against auto theft here in the capital. New data from Ottawa's police show a decrease in the number of stolen vehicles throughout the year. Between January and November of this year, just over 1,300 vehicles were reported stolen across the city. That is down from 1,460 in 2024, a drop of nearly 10%. Many Ottawa residents are still taking precautions.
I use a club on my vehicle because of it.
I did get the security tag from the dealership, because I feel like I have to have it.
What I did was I had the lock that you buy on Amazon, so I put the wheel lock and that's it.
The hotspot for auto theft in Ottawa remains Gloucester, Southgate, with more than 100 vehicles stolen this year, followed by Alta Vista and Rideau Vanier wards. The most targeted vehicles in Canada include the Toyota RAV4 and the Dodge Ram. 3 people under the age of 18 are facing charges after an alleged hate-motivated crime at the Billingsbridge OC Transpo Station. Police say they directed slurs at a group of victims and flashed 2 tasers on Tuesday afternoon. A bystander intervened and was allegedly also threatened with that taser. The 3 individuals cannot be named under the Youth Criminal Justice Act.
A doctor who pleaded guilty to selling Friends star Matthew Perry ketamine has been sentenced to 2.5 years in prison. A Los Angeles judge handed down the prison sentence plus 2 years of probation to 44-year-old Dr. Salvador Plasencia. Plasencia admitted to illegally selling ketamine to Perry, knowing he was a struggling addict. However, the ketamine that killed Perry was not provided by Plasencia. He is the first of 5 defendants to be sentenced to have pleaded guilty in connection to Perry's death.
Ottawa's Sri Lankan community is coming together following deadly flooding in the South Asian country. More than 400 people have been killed after a cyclone Ditwa caused catastrophic flooding and triggered landslides. It took some Ottawa residents days to hear from their loved ones in the country, with cell phone service down and homes completely damaged. They are now raising money through the Sri Lankan Canada Association to help with immediate needs.
Supply drives, they need sanitation, they need water, they need medical supplies, that type of stuff. So we're looking at it from that sense to see how we can help.
The cyclone has claimed the lives of more than 1,300 people across the area in Indonesia and Thailand. Nearly 1,000 people are still missing.
Little Italy could soon be home to not 1, but 2 of Ottawa's tallest high-rise buildings. A city committee approved a plan to allow Claridge Homes to build a 50-story building overlooking Dow's Lake.
Given it would be next to the current tallest building in Ottawa, I think it's going to be a bit of a busy place now with the new hospital coming in as well. I live at this one right now. It's too tall.
The city's planning committee approved an amendment to the official plan to allow a 50-story building to scrape the sky at 829 Carling Avenue near Preston Street. The building would be mixed use with 503 residential units. It would be within walking distance of the future civic campus of the Ottawa Hospital and would be less than 100 meters east of the Dow's Lake LRT station. This plan will now go before City Council next Wednesday.
Canadians will learn who our men's soccer team will face at the upcoming World Cup this week.
Yeah, Prime Minister Mark Carney will be in Washington, D.C. for the draw to determine which countries will be competing where.
You can catch the World Cup draw tomorrow morning on TSN. Coverage kicks off at 10 a.m. with the draw taking place at noon. Very exciting stuff.
Absolutely.
So many eyes will be on to see who we're going to be facing. It's such an exciting time, and it is right around the corner now.
Yeah, it really is.
And nice seeing shots of summer.
Like one shot of summer, you go, ooh,
yeah,
good days.
We're not even officially in winter, but it definitely is going to feel like a mid-January day today with that wind chill. So full details on that in a few minutes, but we want to get you your weather picture of the day today. And this was sent to us from Sherry. It's this morning. I was out for a walk in outskirts of Pembroke in Laurentian Valley. I call this enjoying winter's simplicity. What a wonderful morning for a walk to enjoy nature and fresh air. Have a great day.
Aw, you too, Sherry.
Weather picture brought to you by Box Me Up. Moving, staging, renovating, just box me up.
And if you have a picture like Sherry's, please send it in to us. We would love to hear from you. Weathershots@ctv.ca. You could be featured right here on the show. Again, that's weathershots@ctv.ca. And it is definitely a colder day. I had temperatures this morning sitting at -6, but temperatures will drop into the afternoon. We should be sitting at just around 0 degrees. Realistically, that's where we should be sitting, and we will be a little way below that, especially later on this afternoon. The sun will be up shortly around 7:25 and set tonight, 4:20 p.m. So still seeing those 4:20 p.m. times that we're setting. And you could see temperatures have dropped now. We were sitting at -6, now we're sitting at -8. So we are expected to drop throughout the morning and hover around -9 throughout your morning hours, and then this afternoon it'll drop even more. Still feeling closer to -14, -15 this morning with that wind chill. -6 out in Montreal this hour, -3 in Kingston. So a cold start to your morning throughout the region today. We are still seeing some flurries, so scattered flurries until about noon hour today. We saw some light snow into the overnight, so you have some fresh snow if you're just waking up. We are expecting those flurries to last till noon hour. That will clear up around then, and then we will get to see some sunshine throughout your late afternoon, early evening hours. Overnight tonight, clear skies. Into your day for Friday, it will stay sunny for most of the afternoon. It's overnight Saturday that we are expecting some more snow on the way. So into your day Saturday, we are expecting more snow, and we could see a couple of centimeters in the forecast for us in through your weekend. Wind speeds this morning, southwest winds gusting 20 to 40 kilometers an hour. As we head into the afternoon, we could see those wind speeds pick up to around 60 kilometers an hour. So strong, intense winds later on this afternoon. It will begin to calm down this evening into your overnight. Not as windy, and into your day tomorrow as well. Calmer winds in the forecast as we head into the morning hours. Temperatures into your day ahead will hover around -12. So we're going to drop from where we're sitting right now and sit at -12 this afternoon. It will feel closer to -24 because of that wind chill. So a very cold day in the forecast for us. Cold in the valley, -12 is where temperatures will hover this afternoon as well. -10 in Bancroft, -7 out in Kemptville. Cornwall will hover around -6 for today, -10 over in Gatineau. So for kids waiting for the school bus this morning, chilly start to your day. Temperatures have dropped even more. We were sitting at -6, now we're sitting at -8. There is still a chance of those scattered flurries this morning, but then into your afternoon, clearing up, but very, very cold and through the day ahead. So definitely need the toque, the neck warmer, the mitts, the scarf, all your warm clothes for today. Tomorrow, not going to feel so bad, but still below seasonal. -5 is the high. Lots of sunshine on the way for Friday. Snow for Saturday, -1. The next week, still staying very cold, so temperatures still below seasonal as we start off your work week. -10 for Monday, some snow Tuesday and through Wednesday.
7-day weather forecast brought to you by Davidson Hearing Aid Centers, celebrating over 80 years in family business.
And on your roads this morning, here's a live look at your time saver traffic, and we aren't seeing any major collisions, which is great news. We do have reports of a collision right now. 417 westbound at Nicholas. There are reports of a collision there, and you can see traffic looks like it is slow going if you are heading westbound on the 417 this morning. We also have pretty light volume heading east to west. Other than that, we are starting to see a bit heavier volume as well eastbound on the 417 around Richmond and through Pinecrest.
On today's Therapy Thursday, April says she's trying to be more mindful of her health and what she eats, but get this, her husband refuses to take part, and worse than that, he seems to be flaunting his food choices by ordering pizza and other unhealthy things and eating it in front of her. Sophie and Jeff on Move 100 asked their listeners to chime in to help.
Sean on Facebook, your choice is your choice and shouldn't be forced into anyone else. Make your own meals and leave him to fend for himself.
Yeah, I think at some point you kind of have to say, all right, you do you then.
Sure.
And yeah, if you're the one making the meal, then guess who's not getting an extra meal? We have a text here from a nutritionist.
Okay.
And she says, I have seen this often when a client wants to lose weight and their partner is sabotaging their efforts. In each case, the partner is also overweight.
Okay.
I suggest counseling because it is often the case that the saboteur partner is feeling threatened, like being left behind or not ready to jump on the health train and so on. That is an interesting concept that we did not consider. That maybe he doesn't want you to look so good, which is in itself a terrible thought, but it does happen, I guess.
I don't love that, but it's interesting that nutritionists said that Therapy Thursday might need real therapy. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Joanna on text says it definitely wouldn't hurt him to be more outwardly supportive of your health journey. That said, as someone who has 3 kids, a husband, and is training for a bodybuilding show.
Oh, come on. That's hard.
Yeah, I can attest to you that you can definitely eat separate meals if what your family is eating doesn't match your goals. Just meal prepping some healthy options ahead of time can save you when you're tired and hungry.
Oh, that's really good advice. So then you don't have to worry about what he's eating. Yeah, meal prep is a big one, right? Especially for people who are really serious.
I always find that so easy to say, hard to do.
It is hard to do.
You're slamming a few hours on your Sunday.
Right, but getting ready for a bodybuilding competition and losing weight before the holidays is also very hard to do. So what's another hard thing?
Right, so of course, a chat with him about this directly is a big one. You want to say to him, hey, listen, I would love it if you were more supportive and, if it wouldn't hurt if you would join me.
Dave has a different idea.
Okay.
Dave thinks that perhaps April's been on many journeys and her husband is just sitting this one out.
What an end to that segment.
Yeah.
Man.
I get this because I have to eat gluten-free, dairy-free, and it's not for choice, it's for health reasons. I'm severely allergic to dairy, which I discovered a couple years ago after having kids, and then gluten, I have an autoimmune condition, so it's like no gluten is like the #1 recommendation.
Can't do it. Yeah.
Cannot eat gluten.
Okay.
So I'm very lucky where my husband Nigel just jumped on board right away with me, and he just basically eats the way that I eat because it's just a lot easier to do it together than me sitting there and him eating a nice gluten-y, cheesy pizza and me not being able, and I'm eating the cardboard with the Velveeta.
Yeah.
So I'm very fortunate that he has jumped on my dietary restrictions with me, but I get it's also not for everyone.
No, but that is so wonderful to have that support because it makes it easier, and he's supporting you and what you have to go through by doing that. And obviously, and then maybe when you go away for a weekend, Andrew gets the pizza or whatever, right? So you can have different times.
Probably.
Exactly.
Yeah, I thought of marriage. I mean, I've never been married, but I thought it was a partnership and you work together. But anyway.
And you want the best for one another, too. Right?
Yeah.
So, interesting. Well, coming up, the Ottawa Art Gallery took home 2 awards at the Ontario Galleries Awards. OAG's executive director joins us to tell us what this means to the gallery. Our guest is standing by in the Your Morning Ottawa Lazy Boy Lounge this morning. Here's a live look for Centennial Glass Skycam this morning, and we are starting to see cold conditions into the afternoon. Today, temperatures will hover at -12, feeling closer to -24.
Welcome back, everybody. After Black Friday and, of course, Cyber Monday comes Giving Tuesday. But after Giving Tuesday, local charities still need your support. Our Giving Week continues, and we have Mark Taylor from United Way Eastern Ontario joining us this morning. Good morning to you, Mark.
Good morning.
So, obviously, Giving Tuesday, you had a big goal for the organization. You were hoping to get $150,000. How did it go?
We surpassed that goal. I'm really pleased to say that our community stepped up once again. We surpassed $170,000. Wow. So that's just a testament to how generous people in this community are. When they see the need, they step up.
I love that too, and having these goals, like there's so much purpose behind the numbers, and you want to hit those for a particular reason. Can you talk about what that now surpassed $150,000 to $170,000 is going to do for the organization?
Sure, absolutely. It's not for us, right? It's like you said, it's for the people that we serve. So all across this region, the work that those dollars power help us address things like connecting isolated seniors to support. They help us power after-school homework clubs for youth who are trying to succeed. They help us address things like people struggling with mental health and addictions. And they help us address things like homelessness, right? Far too many of whom in our community are kids, right? So as you said, the need continues. And that's why we continue to be out there talking to people about the importance of supporting, especially during Giving Week, Giving Tuesday week, but all throughout the year. And we're really pleased this year that TD Bank has stepped up and said anybody who makes a gift to us through this holiday season, they'll match it. So that just helps it go even further.
It's so great. And you talked about so many different supports that are needed from the organization. Are you seeing any in particular, like an uprise in certain situations with the company at all?
Yeah, sure. I mean, again, if you listened to the newscast earlier, you heard about things like the rising affordability challenges that we're facing in our community. And for people who are under pressure, those things put pressure on all of us. But for people who are already under pressure, those things just make a hard day harder, right? And so, things like affordability, mental health, and we address other things like the rise in intolerance in our community, right? Those are things that, we really don't talk about too much, particularly at the holiday season, but they're things that, persist all year long, and we're seeing more and more of them. So, working with our community at all levels and all of the partners across our community, we really believe that united is the way that we go forward and make our community a better place, and that's proven to be true.
I love that, and it's kind of a doubling down whammy because the organization, you're now having people that maybe used to donate are now actually coming to you for support, right? Yeah. So as these prices and everything starts to get a little bit more expensive, but there are still many people out there that can give back and give toward the organization. How can they do that this week? I know you mentioned TD is actually matching donations. Yep. How can they get involved with you?
So easiest way, visit our website, unitedwayeo.ca. You can learn about the work that we do there. You can also make a gift there. You can also learn about the other ways in which you can support. And we're blessed to have volunteers supporting workplace campaigns across our region. We're really impressed this year with the work of our federal public servants, as you probably heard earlier on the newscast that you were delivering. It's a challenging time for public servants. They have stepped up this year in their giving campaign, the GCWCC. So we thank them for doing that and recognize it's a tough time for them. It's a tough time for many. But they can make a gift through the GCWCC campaign or at our website, unitedwayeo.ca, as can everybody else.
Well, United Way does such incredible work, and we always appreciate you coming on, Mark, to tell the stories, and hopefully we can get some people to help you guys out as well.
Thanks very much, Will.
Live Local Giving Week on CTV Your Morning Ottawa. Brought to you in part by Kelly Funeral Homes and Capital Funeral Home and Cemetery.
So just a few days ago, the province of Ontario honored the Ottawa Art Gallery at the 48th Annual Gallery Awards in Toronto. And I've got Emma Campbell here. She's the executive liaison at the Ottawa Art Gallery to talk about some of those honors. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Okay, let me just tell you this right now. The Ottawa Art Gallery, one of my favorite spaces in this entire city. If you have not been, you need to go. Just hang out there, take in the vibe. Congratulations on the awards.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Talk about the GOG.
Yeah, so the GOG, Galleries Ontario Galleries, is a provincial organization, a membership organization representing public art galleries, art museums, artist-run centers across the province. And we recently had the 40th annual GOG Awards in Toronto.
What'd you win?
So I won for Colleague of the Year, which was very humbling to win that award.
Congratulations,
Thank you so
Colleague of the
much.
Year.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then when you think about it, we're looking at the pics right there. There you are. There's
I am.
Emma right there. I mean, talk about what it means to get this award, Colleague of the Year.
Yeah, so I work in administration, so administrators were often working behind the scenes, supporting all the departments and the operation of the gallery. So it was very humbling to know that my colleagues nominated me for this award and to get some recognition for that.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And now the OAG was also awarded Best Exhibition?
In a commercial gallery.
In a commercial gallery.
Yeah.
That is a big award, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And I believe this was the first year that that award was handed out. So that was for our exhibition Inviting the Conflict, which was curated by Rigacho Sefa as part of our long-standing partnership with the Ottawa Black Arts Collective, which has now moved into the National Gallery as well.
That is wonderful. I saw that exhibition, beautifully curated, and I love the fact that you do work with local curators, give them that opportunity to express themselves, to put artists together in this wonderful exhibition. Talk about the Ottawa Art Gallery. I mean, it's here winning these awards. Can you talk about the space itself for folks who are thinking, like, you know what, maybe I'll visit?
Yeah, so we've got four floors of amazing exhibition space. So we exhibit artists locally and across the region.
Okay.
And we focus a lot on diverse voices and making our community and our exhibition spaces accessible as possible.
What is
always free to visit.
Always free, there you go. What's currently going on at the Ottawa Art Gallery as we move into the holiday season?
Yeah, we are right in the midst of our annual Art and Parcel holiday sale in the Gallery Annex, which is our commercial gallery. So there's lots of amazing local artworks, very affordable in this show. They make fantastic Christmas gifts.
That is absolutely wonderful. Emma Campbell winning the GOG's, Colleague of the Year. The Ottawa Art Gallery picking up a couple of awards there. Congratulations, well deserved. And I'll be popping by, no doubt, in the near future to visit.
To seeing you.
Thank you so much, Emma, and congratulations to you again.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Melissa, over to you.
Well, coming up on Your Morning Ottawa, how much can Canadians spend on food in 2025? We learn more about the annual food price report coming up next. Here's a live look at our Skycam on George Street this morning. Those flurries have ended, but we could still see a few more until about noon hour today, and a cold day ahead. We'll feel like minus 24 later on this afternoon.
Rosie Edda.
I'm Will Aiello.
And I'm Melissa Lamb.
We're so glad that you can join us today. I know it's a very frosty start to the morning. Melissa has got your weather forecast. That's coming up in a minute. And also, I'm really looking forward to your chat with Agri-Food Analytics to talk about the price of food. Where's it headed? And I figure it's probably going up. That's coming up in a few minutes. But first, we're going to get to your top stories. The federal government is taking the next steps in its plan to drastically reduce the size of the public service in the coming years. Tens of thousands of employees are now receiving letters about early retirement options. Nearly 70,000 public servants receiving the letter do not have to make a decision right now. They are just being given information about their options. The federal budget calls for about 28,000 federal jobs to be cut by 2029. This program is expected to start early next year. In a statement, the Public Service Alliance of Canada says it supports efforts to prevent involuntary layoffs, but an early departure program must be negotiated with the union because no one should be pressured into giving up hard-fought rights.
CHEO is sounding the alarm about a concerning rise in flu cases here in the capital. The hospital says there has been a significant increase in the number of children coming to the emergency department since the start of cold and flu season. In November, the number of kids testing positive for influenza was 8 times higher than last year, resulting in twice as many hospitalizations. For CHEO, they say that most children seeking care have not been vaccinated and is urging everyone to get their flu shot. Parents are getting an idea of how their kids are doing when it comes to standardized testing. The province released the EQAO test results, and it shows that many students are struggling.
There have been inadequate progress in reading, writing, and especially math. Half of grade 6 students and 42% of grade 9 students are not meeting the provincial standard in math.
In Ottawa, the results are similar in the Ottawa-Carleton District School Board. Roughly 47% of grade 6 and 39% of grade 9 students are below the standard in math. In the Catholic Board, it's 42% in both grades. The province is now reviewing how students are taught and tested, but teachers' unions say that the testing doesn't capture real classroom challenges.
The more diverse population in terms of their needs is causing, greater issues for our members.
The education minister says the results are linked to, quote, dysfunctional trustee performance, which comes as he weighs the elimination of trustees across the province.
Springwater Provincial Park in Ontario is lighting up the night in the spirit of the season.
I think it gets us in the mood for Christmas. I think it's something that we can enjoy. It doesn't matter how old you are, whether you're, 2 years old or 80 years old. Everyone can enjoy the exact same experience.
That's right. 2 million lights make up the Magic of Lights event. It's built over 2 kilometers of displays, including ones called Reindeer Row and 12 Days of Christmas.
One that's probably popular for kids, young and old, would be the prehistoric Christmas section. The event runs every night during the holiday season until January 3rd, and not just the kids. When my mother and I went through in our segment, the prehistoric dinosaur segment was her favorite part as well.
Oh, yeah.
But we're kids at heart, I'm sure that's...
There you go.
And I love that they do kind of change it up every year. Remember, they had Barbie one year, so that was really exciting for me.
Yes, of course. You come in, you're slowing down during that section.
Exactly. Temperatures have dropped a little bit from where we were sitting earlier this morning. We're sitting at -8 right now. Does feel closer to -14 with that wind chill, so we could still see a few more scattered flurries early this morning. We saw some light snow in the overnight. We will see that until about noon hour today. That's when skies will clear up and we will get to see sunshine throughout your day ahead. But the sun not warming things up at all. As a matter of fact, temperatures will actually be colder this afternoon than where we're sitting this morning. Clear skies for tomorrow and then more snow on the way as we head into Saturday. So Saturday in the morning, we are expecting some light snow in the forecast. Wind speeds very strong throughout the day ahead as well. Right now, gusting 20 to 40 kilometers an hour out of the southwest. This afternoon, more intense winds gusting up to 60 kilometers an hour. So windy conditions later on this afternoon. Winds will calm down around 4 p.m. this afternoon and then be much calmer into your overnight and into your early morning hours tomorrow as well. Kids heading off to school today. Of course, the recess forecast, it's going to be a chilly one. Even this morning, temperatures hovering around -10 throughout your morning recess. Into your day ahead, hovering around -12 this afternoon. Will feel closer to -24. So a very cold day on the way for us. Overnight dropping to -17 and then tomorrow -5. Mix of sun and cloud, snow for Saturday and chilly Sunday through Monday next week.
And as we take a look at your roads at this hour, first thing to report is with those cold temperatures, maybe want to start the cars just a little bit early. Make sure you have plenty of windshield washer fluid in the vehicles. We do want to let you know, though, about a crash that's happened on the 417 westbound at Nicholas Street, right in the underpass. So what that means is it's happening in the left shoulder lane. So we're seeing massive delays in that area. And because of that crash, we are seeing heavy backup on the 417 westbound going all the way back to Pinecrest. So if you haven't left yet, leave yourself a little extra time as we're continuously seeing delays from that crash. As things start to clear out through the morning, we'll be sure to let you know of any detours that are available.
Traffic brought to you by Presler Injury Lawyers. 1-800-JUSTICE.
The cost of groceries has been top of mind of Canadians for many years now. Did we see any relief at the supermarkets this year? Let's find out. Dalhousie University professor and researcher Sylvain Chouinleroy is here to tell us about the annual food price report for 2025. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Melissa.
Okay, so let's talk about the main takeaways from this year's food report.
Well, so in 2025, food inflation went up because of meat, and in 2026, food inflation will go up because of meat.
Oh, no.
Yet again, yeah. And so beef prices are just out of control, and they won't normalize until probably 2027 at this point, pushing people to look at chicken and pork. And guess what? Because of higher demand, both chicken and pork are more expensive as well. So the meat counter is going to get more expensive in 2026, unfortunately. And the other section is the center of the store, pantry goods, with sauces, dried pasta, spices, nuts, coffee as well. We're expecting that section to be more expensive in 2026 also.
Okay, so what are some of the factors driving the cost of food this year?
Well, I mean, the constant, without being a constant, is climate change. If you think of coffee, beef, cocoa, we've been talking about chocolate a lot this year. So all of these commodities have been impacted by climate change, of course. The center of the store will be probably impacted by industrial restructuring. A lot of companies are restructuring and probably discontinuing many products. So in 2026, we are expecting many products to be discontinued. So be on the lookout for that. That's going to probably take away some competition, which will push prices higher as well. The cost of energy hasn't been a factor. The dollar has been a factor. The Buy Canadian, the good news is the Buy Canadian movement really hasn't impacted people's pocketbooks. It's not costing you more to buy fruits and vegetables because we're getting vegetables from Peru, Egypt, South Africa, things like that. The boycott against America really hasn't cost Canadians a whole lot of money, especially in the produce section.
So has the ongoing trade war with the U.S. impacted costs whatsoever?
So far, so good, to be honest. Yeah, actually, it takes away a very, very important option, of course, with American products being typically cheaper, but we're doing okay, actually, relatively speaking. Going back to beef, I'm sure your listeners have noticed that there's more beef coming from Australia, from New Zealand as well. So we're doing okay to keep prices as low as possible, but still, we are expecting higher prices. But consumers are in a different place now. They know how to save. They know where the independent grocers are to get good deals, much more so than 2 years ago.
We actually asked our viewers this morning where they're seeing high costs, and many of them were saying beef. You mentioned 2026, no relief on that. What other costs could we see go up for 2026?
Restaurants. So if you like to go out to restaurants, maybe you'll be cooking more in 2026. So we're expecting menu prices to go up 4 to 6%. Of course, we don't need to go to a restaurant, but restaurants are likely to increase prices in 2026. And we've never been wrong with restaurants in 16 years. So we're pretty confident that menu prices will go up. So basically, we expect food service to push people back into the kitchen to cook more to save money, which is necessarily not a bad idea.
Thank you so much, Sylvain, for joining us today.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Now let's check out your TSN Must-See Moment.
Hello there, Kara Wagland in the Sports Center newsroom with your must-see moment from Wednesday. And for it, we are off to Milwaukee, where the Bucks are hosting the Pistons. Miles Turner just going at the rim, throws one down. He woke up this morning and he chose some violence. A huge slam for the Bucks center. Puts Isaiah Stewart, tried to block him. Instead, he ends up on the wrong side of that one. It's your must-see moment from Wednesday. And coming up tonight on TSN, we kick off Week 14 in the NFL. We got the Cowboys and Lions going head-to-head. Coverage for that one gets underway at 7 Eastern at 4 Pacific. That's all for now from Sports Center. Have a great day.
Coming up on Your Morning Ottawa, today's Bennett Real Estate Rundown is showing us 3 beautiful luxury properties on the market right now. That's coming up in just a few minutes. Our guests are standing by right there in the Your Morning Ottawa Lazy Boy Lounge. Here's a live look for our Centennial Glass Sky Cam this morning. You can see winds shaking the camera. We're seeing strong winds gusting 20 to 40 kilometers an hour this morning.
Welcome back to Your Morning Ottawa. Today's Bennett Real Estate Rundown is showing us 3 gorgeous luxury properties on the market right now. And Brett Liscombe is here with more. I love going through properties with you. It's like I get a window into these beautiful, beautiful real estate that's for sale and up for grabs right now in the city.
Of course, people love to know what's out there. They love to know, what possibly could be out there, or maybe they have an idea about a renovation that's coming on, or what it would be like to live in a different area. So this is a great opportunity for people to get a little bit of an insight of what they could be living in.
Yeah, okay, so our first one, what do you have for us?
Yeah, so the first property we're looking at here today is out in 18 Tierney Drive, which is out in Devonwood Circle, out in Blossom Park. So this is one of these properties that has a great open concept kitchen through it too, hardwood throughout. And what I love about this kitchen is you have angles to see your kids in either direction, whether the family room or the living room. And then out there you saw a little bit of the master bedroom. Big windows, which I love the best. And you can see that additional window that they have on the left-hand side right there.
Oh, I love
Gives
that.
lots of crazy light that comes through. And especially when we're looking at the lower level here, you have an in-law suite. So multi-generational homes have become very, very important to people over since the pandemic. And this is one of those properties that allows your kids to stay longer, or for your parents to come back and live with you when that time comes.
I saw the master bedroom. You can do cartwheels in that master bedroom.
Exactly. Lots of room for the kids to jump in.
That is so much fun. Okay, next up is Devonwood.
Yes, exactly. So another property here out in Blossom Park, pardon me, and this property here has 4 bedrooms, 5 baths, and look at this foyer to come through with the natural light that comes through. Once again, you see the hardwood, which is a consistent theme across a lot of luxury properties here, and we have this beautiful breakfast bar that you see with granite countertops, nice veining through it to really give some character. A lot of hardwood that you see through here, and once again, just like we saw in the last property, large bedrooms, which are so important at this price point. Master bedroom and master ensuite, pardon me, has lots of space for double vanities, an additional bedroom, and this is my favorite part here, especially with a big home, with kids. You want that additional space where they can go ahead and enjoy themselves, and what, luxury property isn't complete without an in-ground pool in the backyard. So lots of room for the kids to play, very little landscaping to be done, so it's just a move-in property all around.
Yeah, I see the double-car garage as well. That looks really nice. Got your swimming pool. You kind of got everything right there.
Exactly. You never have to leave.
Yeah, really. Okay, the next property, Lakeside Drive, a little bit more expensive.
Yes, just under 1.5. So this is in Long Sault, Ontario. So this is right on the St. Lawrence River. Waterfront properties, of course, come at a premium. These sellers have gone ahead and spent roughly $450,000 in an absolute total renovation of this property. Everything from the large kitchen, you see the details in the island with the wine cellar, and then my favorite part through here is the water views from every room. They've gone tirelessly and spent additional money making the windows bigger, because when you live in the water or on the water, pardon me, you want to be able to see that from all angles, and this is exactly what these people have done. Of course, you're right on the American border. You're an hour to the Montreal airport, hour to the Ottawa airport. You're right on Ogdensburg for direct flights down to Florida.
Look at that.
And you can see the additional living space they have down by the water. So this is one of the biggest bodies of water. It takes you right into the Gulf of St. Lawrence if you want. So an incredible opportunity if someone loves the water and they want that peaceful getaway.
Okay, and they're showing pictures in after the leaves have fallen in the fall. I can only imagine what this property looks like in the fall.
It's stunning. All the properties around it are high-end as well, which a lot of times, adds to the value of the area in itself.
Absolutely beautiful. They've spared no expense, really.
Zero.
The floors, everything, the finishings, and then, well, just the view itself is just...
It's $1 million view, and of course, with the finishes, it just adds to it.
That is so beautiful. Like I said again, I love it when you come by here. You give us a window into some beautiful properties for sale. They're all a little bit over $1 million to almost $1.5 million, but they're gorgeous properties. I would even call them like bordering on estates.
Exactly. Some of them have that size to them.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for coming by. I really appreciate that look. Brett Liscombe from Bennett Real Estate. We really appreciate you coming by. And don't forget, you can listen to the Bennett Real Estate and Wealth Show with Marnie Bennett Saturdays at 1 p.m. on 580 CFRA. You're watching Your Morning Ottawa 747. We'll be right back.
The magic of the holidays is here, and this year the need is greater than ever.
Let's ensure every child in our community feels the joy with CTV and Move 100's Toy Mountain.
Together with the Salvation Army, we can help spread cheer and make a child's wish come true.
Drop off any new unwrapped toy to the designated drop-off locations or make a monetary donation online.
For all the details, visit toymountain.ca, presented by Donnelly Automotive Group.
'Tis the season to lend a helping hand, Ottawa.
Join us for the CTV Your Morning Ottawa Food Drive on Friday, December 12th. We're teaming up with the Ottawa Food Bank to help our neighbors this holiday season.
Drop off your non-perishable food items at 87 George Street or make a monetary donation, allowing the Ottawa Food Bank to buy what's needed most when it's needed.
CTV Your Morning Ottawa Food Drive, December 12th, proudly sponsored by Doyle Saluski.
Every school day, crossing guards play a key role in ensuring kids get to school safely. In Cornwall, one woman has dedicated half a century to that mission. And as CTV's Tyler Fleming tells us, Rose Durley was honored by friends, neighbors, and the city for 50 years of helping protect her community.
Okay, you coming across? To get to school, Beatrice Good must navigate this busy Cornwall intersection.
And I bike in hot weather, and I always cross here, and so I always see Rose. You're welcome.
Crossing guard Rose Durley, who's ensuring children's safety. That's why I'm here. I love the kids. I love working with them. I get into it and I can't get out of it. What's going on here? A party. And her dedication hasn't wavered in 50 years. The city unveiled a plaque and bench on Wednesday in Rose's honor, marking her 5-decade commitment. I never expected all of this.
We always talk about the important role that educators play in kids' lives. You know, crossing guards are a part of that.
An emotional event for her daughters.
There's so many children she's helped through that have difficulties in life, and she's always been there with a wholehearted spirit of you can do it. You can move forward. You can make your life better.
I'm very proud of my mom, Rose. She's very dedicated to stand out in the freezing cold. She's such an inspiration, you know. Mom's 83 and she still works so hard and she has her own house and I'm so proud of her.
Even her granddaughter, Rose, named after her, used to cross here.
And I used to come here after school and hang out, so we go back home and hang out, and she made me her famous poutine.
Longtime friend Jeanette DePatty worked with Rose.
Thanks, Jeanette. We're all proud of her, proud of her. Something I never dream of. It was so awesome. The whole crowd that was here.
And neighbors like Dunk Walker, whose kids and now grandkids still cross here.
She's a great person to have her, and the kids still love her, and she still loves all the kids.
Is that me up there?
After half a century and keeping countless students safe, Rose sees no end in sight.
No, I'm not going to retire. No, not yet. I still feel good. Healthy.
Today is for Rose.
She touches all of our lives.
But for her, it's still about the kids.
Oh, I'll be back here at 2 o'clock, 2 to 4, because I got some small little kids getting off of the bus, little from 4-year-old up to 8. Yeah. Now you're safe. I love it.
Tyler Fleming, CTV News, Cornwall.
And we have no milestones for today, but we do want to remind you that if you do have a milestone, we would love to celebrate it with you. All you have to do is send your birthday announcements for kids turning 13 years old and younger, and for those turning 100 years or more. Wedding anniversaries as well, those celebrating 50 years or more. All you have to do, send us an email, Your Morning Ottawa Milestones at ctv.ca, and we'll be sure to get your announcement on the air. Ottawa, are you ready to feel the magic of the season? Get set for Saint Laurent Centre's Holiday Sparkle. Saint Laurent Centre is the place to be for all of your festive shopping. Discover exciting new stores and step into the world of their brand new Enchanted Elevator Santa experience. Visit ctvottawa.ca and enter for your chance to win a dazzling $500 gift card to Saint Laurent Centre. Imagine the possibilities. You don't want to miss out on making this holiday season unforgettable. Here's a live look through our Skycam this morning. It's a shaky start to your day because we're dealing with some stronger winds gusting out of the southwest, 20 to 40 kilometers an hour. Cold today will feel closer to minus 24.
Plaster Orleans is proud to support Toy Mountain this year. Please donate a new unwrapped toy at any one of the locations across the city, including the one right here at Plaster Orleans. Plaster Orleans and Toy Mountain, helping families this holiday season.
It's Thursday, December 4th. The federal government is sending out letters informing public sector workers about early retirement options as it looks to cut tens of thousands of jobs.
CHEO is warning parents about an alarming spike in flu cases in our city as respiratory virus season is only just beginning.
And Guitars and Gasoline returns to Calabogie Motorsports Park with another all-Canadian lineup. Your Morning Ottawa continues right now.
Good morning, welcome. I'm Rosie Edda.
Welcome to the final hour. I'm Will Aiello.
And I'm Melissa Lamb.
Still a lot more to get through. We always head to the kitchen. We have a very fun one today with Cordon Bleu with a couple of students talking about their experience so far. The Cordon Bleu is doing such amazing things. They've been really involved over the last year or so.
Creating these incredible chefs.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And
Looking
delicious
forward
food.
We always love delicious food on this show.
We certainly do. We're going to get to that in a minute, but first, your top stories. The federal government is taking the next steps in its plan to drastically reduce the size of the public service in the coming years. Tens of thousands of employees are now receiving letters about early retirement options. Letters are being sent to around 68,000 public servants who may be eligible to retire early. This is part of the plan to cut another 28,000 jobs by 2029, as stated in the budget. The government is trying to do that through attrition to avoid laying off younger workers. Those who decide on early retirement won't see any penalties to their pensions. In a statement, the Public Service Alliance of Canada says it supports efforts to prevent involuntary layoffs, but any early departure program must be negotiated with the union because no one should be pressured into giving up hard-fought rights.
CHEO is sounding the alarm about a concerning rise in flu cases here in Ottawa. The hospital says there has been a significant increase in the number of children coming to the emergency department since the start of cold and flu season. In November, the number of kids testing positive for influenza was 8 times higher than last year, and that resulted in twice as many hospitalizations for the virus. CHEO says most children seeking care have not been vaccinated and is urging everyone to get their flu shot. Some good news when it comes to the fight against auto theft here in the capital. New data from Ottawa Police shows a decrease in the number of stolen vehicles this year. Between January and November of this year, just over 1,300 vehicles were reported stolen across the city. That's down from 1,460 back in 2024, a drop of nearly 10%. Many Ottawa residents, though, are still taking precautions.
I use a club on my vehicle because of it.
I did get the security tag from the dealership because I feel like I have to have it.
What I did was I had the lock that you buy on Amazon, so I put the wheel lock and that's it.
The hotspot for auto theft in Ottawa remains Gloucester Southgate, with more than 100 vehicles stolen this year, followed by Alta Vista and Rideau Vanier wards. The most targeted vehicles in Canada include the Toyota RAV4 and the Dodge Ram. 3 people under the age of 18 are facing charges after an alleged hate-motivated crime at the Billingsbridge OC Transpo Station. Police say they directed slurs at a group of victims and flashed 2 tasers on Tuesday afternoon. A bystander intervened and then was allegedly also threatened with a taser. The 3 individuals cannot be named under the Youth Criminal Justice Act.
A doctor who pleaded guilty to selling Friends star Matthew Perry ketamine has been sentenced to 2.5 years in prison. A Los Angeles judge handed down the prison sentence plus 2 years of probation to 44-year-old Dr. Salvador Palencia. Sorry about getting that name wrong there. He admitted to illegally selling ketamine to Perry, knowing he was a struggling addict. However, the ketamine that killed Perry was not provided by Placencia. He is the first of 5 defendants to be sentenced who have pleaded guilty in connection to Perry's death. The cost of food is going up next year, according to Canada's food price report. The main culprit will be the meat counter.
Beef prices are just out of control, and they won't normalize until probably 2027. at this point, pushing people to look at chicken and pork. And guess what? Because of higher demand, both chicken and pork are more expensive as well. So the meat counter is going to get more expensive in 2026, unfortunately.
The report by Dalhousie's Agri-Food Analytics Lab predicts an average family of 4 will spend more than $17,000 on food next year, almost $1,000 more than this year.
Ottawa's Sri Lankan community is coming together following a deadly flooding in the South Asian country. More than 400 people have been killed after Cyclone Ditwa caused catastrophic flooding and triggered landslides. It took some Ottawa residents just days to hear from their loved ones in the country, with cell phone service down and homes completely damaged. They are now raising money through the Sri Lankan Canada Association to help with immediate needs.
Supply drives, they need sanitation, they need water, they need medical supplies, that type of stuff. So we're looking at it from that sense to see how we can help.
The cyclone has claimed the lives of more than 1,300 people across the area, including Indonesia and Thailand. Nearly 1,000 people are still missing.
Little Italy could soon be home to not one, but 2 of Ottawa's tallest high-rise buildings. A city committee approved a plan to allow Claridge Homes to build a 50-story building overlooking Dow's Lake.
Given it would be next to the current tallest building in Ottawa, I think it's going to be a bit of a busy place now with the new hospital coming in as well. I live at this one right now. It's too tall.
The city's planning committee approved an amendment to the official plan to allow a 50-story building to scrape the sky at 829 Carling Avenue near Preston Street. The building would be mixed use with 503 residential units. It would be within walking distance of the future civic campus of the Ottawa Hospital and would be less than 100 meters east of the Dow's Lake LRT station. This plan will now go before City Council next Wednesday.
Google has revealed its top search trends in Canada for this year.
The excitement around Canada's baseball team was real in 2025 as the Blue Jays topped this year's list of trending news and events by making it to the World Series for the first time since 1993.
All right, we love to see them up there.
Yeah.
In pop culture, Canadians were most interested in Labubus and K-pop demon hunters. Well, this year's federal election was also top of mind. One of the most searched questions was, oh no, here we go. Are you ready?
Yep.
What does 6'7" mean?
Nothing. Do we got to do it?
I remember when it first came out too, that's how I knew that it was way beyond the years of knowing like what's
cool
and what's hip. Was I still didn't understand it or even where the clip originally came from.
Right, yeah. I think my 6-year-old explained it to us, and then I shared the knowledge with you guys. I'm like, they didn't really know what it means, but they just say it because all the kids are saying it, right?
There you go.
This is where we're at now.
No, this is what life's
we'll
all
still
about.
let you know what's hip. We just got to do some research first.
Exactly. -8 is where temperatures are sitting right now. Does feel closer to -15 with that wind chill this morning, and it will get colder in through the day ahead. Pembroke in the valley sitting at -12 currently. Still a little cloudy out there. We could still see some scattered flurries until about noon hour today. That's when that will clear out. We will get to see some sunshine this afternoon. So nice sunny skies in through your Thursday, but very, very cold weather on the way. So the sun not warming things up whatsoever. Overnight, partly cloudy. Into your day on Saturday, that's when we could see a little bit more snow on the way in the forecast for us. Temperatures sitting at -9 throughout the morning hours, and then we'll drop into the afternoon and hover around -12 today. We'll feel closer to, get this, -24 with that wind chill this afternoon, and cold conditions really across the region. Temperatures ranging from -12 all the way to -15 over in Kittagan-Zibi. So over the next couple of days, very cold conditions. -17 is the low for tonight. Tomorrow, sunny. -5 is the high. -1 on Saturday, not so bad. Then next week, even though it will be nice and sunny, very cold temps on the way from Sunday right through until Wednesday next week. On your roads this morning, here's a live look at your time-saver traffic. Uplands eastbound is closed at Leicester, and Alert Road is reduced to 1 lane in each direction at Uplands. Police are on the scene directing traffic. We also have a collision on the 417 westbound at Nicholas. It has been clear, but still seeing heavy backups in that area this morning.
And as we continue to take a look at our show on Your Morning Ottawa, local entrepreneur Michelle Weger returns home after winning the title of Inspirational Speaker of the Year at Speaker Slam's Grand Slam. There's a tongue twister for you. She tells us about the big win coming up after the break. Hey, and guess what? We are going to talk to her right after this commercial break, but we're going to take a peek outside through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. It is feeling cold and temperatures not going to be warm over the next several days. So get in the mindset of bundling up. Stay with us, everyone. We'll be right back.
iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford store, and Eastern Ontario's Ford EV leader.
Kicking it off with the RCMP Cram the Cruiser event. This is happening at the Walmart on Innes Road from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday. It's another chance to help support CTV and Move 100's Toy Mountain and Chio. Move 100 will also be on site selling their ugly Christmas sweater ornaments, where once again, 100% of proceeds are going to Toy Mountain. If you have the means to do so this year, stop by to donate a new unwrapped toy. The goal is to make sure that no child in Ottawa goes without a gift to open on Christmas morning. Next on the list today is the Ottawa 67's Teddy Bear Toss game. This is Sunday at 3 p.m. at the arena at TD Place. Your 67s will have on some super cool can't-miss jerseys for this one, too. So make sure you grab your tickets, and don't forget to bring a new teddy bear to toss on the ice after the 67 score their first goal. Always fun to bring the fam to watch. And last on the list today is the Mayor's 23rd Annual Christmas Celebration. This is Saturday from 3 to 6 p.m. and it's your chance to join Mayor Mark Sutcliffe at Ottawa City Hall. Treats, fun activities, live entertainment, and you can't forget the tree lighting ceremony at 4:45. Bundle up because it is outside, and admission is a donation to the Ottawa Food Bank. As usual, lots more happening around the capital this weekend. The full list and all the details are at ctvottawa.ca/weekenders. For the iHeartRadio Weekenders, I'm Tanya Taylor. Have a great one.
iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford store, and Eastern Ontario's Ford EV leader.
The #1 inspirational speaker of the year is
Michelle Uyghur.
Michelle Uyghur. All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, never giving up. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go.
There you have Michelle there, and what a perfect song to go alongside of that, winning the title of Inspirational Speaker of the Year at Speaker Slam's Grand Slam, the Inspirational Speaking Finals in Toronto. She is the first person to compete and win with a service dog on stage. Michelle joins us now this morning with Quinn. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you.
That is such a powerful moment, and you can see it in there. The room just erupts. You can see it on your face. Yeah. Walk me through what that meant to you to hear your name on that finals.
It felt like time stood still. It felt like 5 seconds where I was hugging my husband, and when we watched back and it was only one, it was just a moment of magic that we got to have, the two of us, in that moment before I went on the big stage and celebrated with everyone.
It's so amazing, and I know if we see on this, you won't be able to see it fully, but even in the background here, this is a fuzzy photo, okay? But even through the fuzzy photo, you can see your mom still smiling. What was it like to share that with your husband and the family and friends?
I have the best family and friends. The fact that they came to Toronto from Ottawa to watch me compete, and then even better, to watch me win, was so special. Everyone deserves family and friends like that.
Oh, it's so great. So we've got some pictures up there of the amazing award, the ceremonies, all of you celebrating together. Tell me a little bit about the journey so far getting up to this point.
So I actually should have been out of the competition in the semifinals. I got 4th place, and only 1st and 2nd go to the finals. 3rds go into a playoff of sorts with all the other semi-finalists from the other rounds. I got 4th. 4th goes home. But I really felt like I had a message that I needed to share to be able to help other people. And so I wrote to the organizers and asked, is there ever a chance for 4th place to be in the playoffs? And they said 1% chance. And yet, that 1% happened, and I went on to win the entire thing.
Oh, come on. See, sometimes life just works out like that, right? What goes around comes around, because you are so inspirational to so many people. I want to talk about you and Quinn's relationship a little bit there.
Yeah, it was very special to be the first competitor, not just to win, but at all, with a service dog. And especially being someone with an invisible disability, having narcolepsy, it made it all the more special to be able to represent our community like that.
So at this point now, you know, you've achieved such an amazing goal, but I know you're going to keep going on forward. What's the next steps on this point moving forward for your journey?
It's all about the corporate speaking events at this point. I want to speak to big corporations that have great teams that want to help them be more productive, resilient, and of course, everyone loves a dose of motivation.
I love that. And what was the celebration for Quinn specifically here? An extra treat or two? How did we get that going in?
So I promised Quinn that if we won, she would get an entire fish, and so she got her fish.
What specific fish we're talking about too, or just it didn't matter?
Big frozen ones from the dog store.
Oh, I love that so much. Well, congratulations. It's such an amazing journey. And if people are looking to continue to follow along, what's the best way to say, you know what, we want to keep seeing where Michelle goes from here?
So my website, michelleweger.com, or to follow the beautiful Quinn, it is Dane on a Plane on Instagram.
Oh, well, we really appreciate you coming in. Congratulations on such an achievement. And again, this is just the beginning for you.
Thank you.
All right, well, the local music festival is gearing up for their second year with some big Canadian names. More on the Guitars and Gasoline Festival coming up just ahead. But before we go back inside, we go back outside through our Skycam on George Street. And oh, it's feeling cold today, well below seasonal temperatures, and that sticks around for at least the rest of the week. Full details coming up. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Just wasting gas. Whoa, blurring them dotted lines, killing all kinds of time, baby, like we ain't coming back.
A local music festival is gearing up for their second year with some big Canadian names, and we have more on the Guitars and Gasoline Festival with Ken and Mark this morning. Amazing success after the first year. It feels like just yesterday you were here announcing this festival. Tell us how the first year went.
We were very, very happy about the first year. Well over our expectations, and we did over 7,000 people each day. We weren't expecting that, but the weather hit. And if people recall, the weekend before our festival, it was 4 degrees and raining. And we thought, oh no. And then all of a sudden that year, our weekend, beautiful 23, 24 degrees.
Incredible. And for people who maybe missed it, tell us how this works, because this is quite a unique venue to have a music concert.
Yeah, last year was our first year taking the test drive of using the whole facility, which is Canada's longest track, turned it into a music venue. It's called our stadium track, and it was something we've always wanted to do. And it turned out fantastic. We're super glad we did it. We can't wait for year 2.
And mixing music at Calabogie Speedway, which is such a great venue as well.
Yeah, it's such a good use of the existing resources we have.
Look at this. This is amazing.
Yeah, exactly. There's so much space. There's a beautiful bowl. It's a natural amphitheater, and we just can't wait to build on year 1, because build on year 1 for year 2, because it was such a great success. And we had such great feedback.
Let's talk about year 2. Are you staying with the all-Canadian lineup?
Well, absolutely. It worked, and people loved it, and keeps our prices down. And because we don't have to pay American acts with exchange rates and everything. So we got a great Canadian lineup. Friday night, we have Glorious Sons headlining with Default and Northern Pikes. And of course, the lead singer of Default is Dallas Smith, who will be headlining on the Saturday night.
He's doing double duty.
That's right. It's funny you said that. A lot of people on Facebook use that same term, and so it's great. So and then Saturday, Dallas Smith with Brett Kissel, who's probably one of the best artists live.
Yeah.
He's just fantastic. And then Finger 11, who just has a new album out last week, and brand new Canadian artist Haley Benedict.
Amazing. Okay, and tell us about some changes that you're making for year 2.
Well, we had great feedback from last year, but there were some things that we learned and we were going to evolve with our year 2. So we've made some changes to our VIP high octane zone. This year we're adding bleachers for even more enhanced viewing. We've added more campsites, so this year we've secured bigger and better, larger capacity shuttles to get people around once they're having a really good time on site. So that was a big thing. And we've expanded the actual bowl area in front of the stage to have multiple access points, more services, more everything for people to have a good time. So we're really good about just taking it to the next level. So
that's incredible. And now, can people get tickets already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, guitarsgasoline.com. We launched the website. You can start buying tickets tomorrow.
Okay.
We're really excited about it, and just have fun. Come on out, support Canada, and let's have some fun.
And some really great musical acts, and ones that I haven't heard in quite some time. Default, Finger 11. I haven't heard them perform, but they were a big part of our youth.
And it's great because expect the younger crowd, they're listening to the stuff from the early 2000s, and we still like that we did the mix because we got great feedback, Melissa, from last year of having country and rock kind of mixed together. And so we had great success last year. Let's keep it going.
And what weekend have you chosen for this year's festival?
June 5th and 6th.
June 5th and 6th.
Yeah, 2026. So.
And the website is live tomorrow, so people could go to guitarsgasoline.com for tickets and more info?
Yep, you got it.
Yeah. Incredible. Sounds like a good time. Again, it's happening June 5th and 6th, of course, at Calabogie, which has the perfect venue, as we saw from videos. And you can head to their website for more information and all your ticket details. Will.
Well, Melissa, coming up, we're going to be speaking with some students about some amazing food, and I can't get any closer because I'm going to be tempted to eat it all. So I've been commissioned to stay away for now, but full details will be coming up shortly as I inch my way closer and closer to the food. That's coming up later on. We're taking a peek outside. Hey, bundle up. It's cold. Temperatures feeling like minus 15 with the wind chill, with no warmth in sight. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Plaster Orleans is proud to support Toy Mountain this year. Please donate a new unwrapped toy at any one of the locations across the city, including the one right here at Plaster Orleans. Plaster Orleans and Toy Mountain, helping families this holiday season.
CTV and TSN 1200 want you to be the Myers Automotive Group Team of the Week. Your team could win $1,000 for new equipment, tournament fees, or an incredible team party.
Shoot us a quick video, upload it at ctvottawa.ca. Whether it's hockey, ringette, choir, band, or any team in between. Each week, the winning team will join us live in studio at CTV Ottawa at 6 to claim their prize.
Enter today for your chance to be Myers Automotive Group Team of the Week.
'Tis the season to lend a helping hand, Ottawa.
Join us for the CTV Your Morning Ottawa Food Drive on Friday, December 12th. We're teaming up with the Ottawa Food Bank to help our neighbors this holiday season.
Drop off your non-perishable food items at 87 George Street or make a monetary donation, allowing the Ottawa Food Bank to buy what's needed most when it's needed.
CTV Your Morning Ottawa Food Drive, December 12th, proudly sponsored by Doyle Saluski.
Come on in. I'm Rosie Edda.
Happy 8:30 on your Thursday. I'm Will Aiello.
And I'm Melissa Lamb.
I think most people, even like in the studio, some of our guests coming in and everyone's all bundled up. Everyone's looking at your forecast.
You can feel the frost on people when they come in, like that cold air just kind of lingers. Yeah, absolutely.
And it's only getting colder, you're saying, as we get through the day.
That's right. A colder afternoon than where we're sitting right now. So.
Okay. All right, we'll get to your full forecast in a minute, but first off, your top stories. The federal government is taking the next steps in its plan to drastically reduce the size of the public service in the coming years. Tens of thousands of employees are now receiving letters about early retirement options. Nearly 70,000 public servants receiving the letter do not have to make a decision right now. They're just being given information about their options. The federal budget calls for about 28,000 federal jobs to be cut by 2029. This program is expected to start early next year. In a statement, the Public Service Alliance of Canada says it supports efforts to prevent involuntary layoffs, but any early departure program must be negotiated with the union because no one should be pressured into giving up hard-fought rights.
CHEO is sounding the alarm about a concerning rise in flu cases here in Ottawa. The hospital says there has been a significant increase in the number of children coming to the emergency department since the start of cold and flu season. In November, the number of kids testing positive for influenza was 8 times higher than last year, resulting in twice as many hospitalizations. For CHEO, they say that the children seeking care have not been vaccinated, and it's urging everyone to get the flu shot. Ottawa police are reporting a 10% drop in the number of stolen vehicles across the city, the second straight year of declining numbers. Gloucester Southgate remains the city's hotspot for criminals, with more than 100 vehicles stolen between January and November of this year. Alta Vista is a close second, followed by Rideau Vanier, Orleans South, Navan, and College Ward.
Crime is quite often opportunistic, so the minute that it starts to get hard, the gangs move on. And in this case, CAA has seen some movement to the west, so there's an increase, for example, in Alberta.
The downtrend in auto theft comes as more drivers are taking matters into their own hands to protect their vehicles from thieves. Auto police say last year about 60% of stolen vehicles were recovered.
The cost of food is going up next year, according to Canada's food price report. The main culprit will be the meat counter.
Beef prices are just out of control, and they won't normalize until probably 2027 at this point, pushing people to look at chicken and pork. And guess what? Because of higher demand, both chicken and pork are more expensive as well. So the meat counter is going to get more expensive in 2026, unfortunately.
The report by Dalhousie's Agri-Food Analytics Lab predicts an average family of 4 will spend more than $17,000 on food next year, almost $1,000 more than this year. A strike by Air Transat pilots could soon be a possibility.
A December strike will be catastrophic because capacity is already saturated. Other airlines like Air Canada and WestJet are flying full plane for the holidays.
By this time next week, the airline's roughly 700 unionized pilots will be in a strike position. That can come as soon as December 10th. The strike threat comes nearly a year after negotiations began. The pilots are pushing for pay raises, job security, and better working conditions.
Parents are getting an idea of how their kids are doing when it comes to standardized testing. The province released the EQAO test results, and it shows that many students are struggling.
There have been inadequate progress in reading, writing, and especially math. Half of grade 6 students and 42% of grade 9 students are not meeting the provincial standard in math.
In Ottawa, the results are similar in the Ottawa-Carleton District School Board. Roughly 47% of grade 6 and 39% of grade 9 students are below the standard in math. In the Catholic Board, it's 42% in both grades. The province is now reviewing how students are taught and tested. But on the flip side, teachers' unions say the testing doesn't capture real classroom challenges.
The more diverse population in terms of their needs is causing, greater issues for our members.
The education minister says the results are linked to, quote, dysfunctional trustee performance, which comes as he weighs the elimination of trustees across the province.
This weekend is the second weekend of the annual Weirdos Holiday Market in Vancouver.
We started it 9 years ago thinking we were just going to do a tiny little market in one of our art studios that hadn't quite opened yet. And there was like 9 or 10 of us, and it ended up with like 2,000 people showing up. So we thought, okay, well, we've got a thing here.
This market has offered artists a place to show off their bold, beautiful, and bizarre handmade pieces.
It showcases work from more than 80 artists, giving people a chance to find something unique for all the different kinds of people in their lives. I will be the headliner at this festival. You'll see me on stage as the #1 weirdo.
Oh, look at the pieces of art. Yeah. Like art is in the beauty in the eye of the beholder, whatever that saying is. And there was some nice stuff there.
Absolutely. Yeah. And like you said, very unique.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to find that on every corner store that you go to, right? Those are going to be pieces that might be one of a kind.
Weird to some, beauty to others.
That's right. Normal's boring.
Yeah, exactly. You know what else is boring is cold conditions. That's what we're seeing today, unfortunately. And yeah, the forecast is anything but boring. It's actually chilly this morning and will get worse this afternoon. Already feels like -15 out there this morning. This afternoon, it's going to feel closer to -24 throughout the day ahead. So we did see some snow overnight, some light scattered flurries early this morning. That will completely clear up around noon hour today, making way for some sunshine in through your day ahead. Skies will stay clear overnight and into your day tomorrow. More sun on the way for Friday. It's Saturday Saturday that we are expecting more snow on the way. So this is 8 a.m. You can see just starting to snow here in the city. So we are expecting a little bit more snow on the way for Saturday. Wind speeds also very windy out there. Right now we're dealing with winds gusting out of the southwest 20 to 40 kilometers an hour. Wind speeds will actually pick up into the afternoon. We'll start to see winds gusting around 60 kilometers an hour. So a windy afternoon for us. It will calm down around supper time tonight and be much calmer overnight and into your day tomorrow as well. So we don't have to worry about wind speeds overnight, just into the afternoon where we're going to see some intense winds. Cold conditions and temperatures will actually drop. Right now we're sitting at around -9. Into your day ahead we'll have around -12, and that's why it will feel closer to -24. So a bitter cold day in the forecast for us, and cold conditions throughout the region. Minus double digits for Petawawa, as well as in Gatineau, Mont Tremblant, and as well as Kitigan-Zibi. -15 is where temperatures will hover today. Somewhat relief on the way tomorrow with -5, still below the norm, but warmer than today. We will get to see that sunshine. Then into your day on Saturday, we're expecting snow, but milder conditions with a high of -1. Next week is quite cold, especially Sunday and through Monday. Overnight lows dropping into the minus double digits, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, some snow, but temperatures still below the norm.
Weather brought to you by Yeggendorf Rashid. Experience, knowledge, and a commitment to excellence.
Here's a live look at your time saver traffic this morning. We're still seeing a bit of volume if you are heading westbound on the 417. The collision at Riverside and Brookfield Road. So we do have a new collision, Riverside and Brookfield Road. Traffic is still a little bit heavy on the 417 westbound from Innis to Nicholas because we did have an earlier morning collision. Eastbound lanes light congestion from Richmond to Woodruff this morning.
Looking good. Ornella and Sarah join us from Le Cordon Bleu as they have a beautiful soiree in attendance tonight. And they join us this morning. Good morning to the two of you.
Hi, good morning. Good morning.
I want to get to the soiree, but first I want to talk about your experience as students because this is so cool. What do you love so much about what you do?
Honestly, just the creativity of it all. We have learned about so many different kinds of food and how to blend them all together. This plate especially you'll see tonight, it's a lot of fusions of flavors from around the world.
It's so great. And what do you love about creating these meals and cooking? Because obviously you have a passion for it to get into this type of work.
Yes, so one thing that I've learned the most at Le Cordon Bleu Ottawa is how to turn your passion into the technique. So you see everything online, on videos, and you can really immerse yourself into becoming an expert.
It's so great, right? And you can tell, like even just when you look at all the food here, the passion is in even just the display. And we talked about how it makes me feel so bad about what I have. Right? I just have my steak and potatoes that are just slapped on the plate because there's so much elegance that goes in towards it. Tell me a little bit about the soiree, what people can expect tonight.
They're going to expect a lot of different little bites and a lot of students around. Since it's a student-led event, we took a part in cooking the food, but we're also going to be around mingling with everybody.
Oh, I love it. Okay, so now that you've introduced the food, let's get to it. Where do you want to begin with all of these delicious items?
We'll begin right over here. This is going to be a pearl couscous gremolata with a confit scallop on, and it's going to be torched also.
Whoa.
I'm going to finish it off with some truffle paste.
Yeah, you are. Here we go.
Right over here. And some cilantro herbal oil.
Oh, look at that.
On top.
Looks so good.
And next to it is going to be an arancini that's made with risotto. Under it is going to be a smoked bell pepper coulis. I finish it off with some pecorino. It's like a little snowfall, just like outside.
Love that, yes. Oh yeah, it's shriveling up a little bit too. It must be a little cold out there.
It is. I know I'm a little cold.
Yeah. And it's amazing to see too, like that just a little bit, like how it changes the aesthetic of it drastically.
Of course. And right over here, we have a spiced carrot and mango chutney samosa. I love samosas. This one's definitely my favorite. And under it is going to be a saffron and coconut sauce. We finish it off with some fresh mango salsa.
I love that each dish is not fully prepared. You've always got something to add on.
I know, it's like a little surprise with each of them. And of course, some toasted coconut, because why not?
Why not? Toasted, oh, you say coconut?
Yes,
yeah, that goes with
toasted
everything.
coconut. And right over here, this is my second favorite, I think. It's going to be a sushi rice. It's crispy, as you can see.
Yeah.
There's some chipotle aioli, and on top is going to be a seared and smoked beef. We're going to finish it off with a honey and soy glaze.
I think we found my favorite.
And some green onion.
It's like, it looks so good you don't even want to eat it, but you know you want to eat it because it's going to taste so good.
I know, and some of them we are going to add some flowers. I love adding flowers. It's something that we do at school a lot that I have come to love, and they're edible flowers, of course, you can eat them.
And you can choose different ones to match the specific food item too, which is great.
This is my favorite. It has all the like little swirls around it.
Yeah. Now, when you're going through this, do you already have in mind before you prepare this, like, I know what flowers I'm going to use for each one?
You just come up with it. Honestly, you just come up with it because sometimes it speaks to you, you know?
I love that. All right, and then what have we got on your side, my friend?
Yeah, so no meal is complete without sweet. So here we have a selection of beautiful pastries created by the Superior Pastry Program students. We have our beautiful lemon yuzu with a mint jelly. We have our vanilla choux pastry with some raspberry. And then we also have everybody's favorite, the peanut butter macaron with a peanut butter caramel inside.
Oh my.
Then we have our passion fruit opera cake. And then we have a madeleine. It's a 5-spice with a dark chocolate coating.
Okay, now we got kind of our favorites from the first block. If you had to choose one of these bad boys, which one are you going with?
My favorite out of this selection would have to be the lemon.
Oh,
yeah.
All right. Not going with the caramel was probably the fan favorite.
You know, the caramel macaron is fantastic, but there's something so delicious about the lemon. It just really cleanses the palate, and it has a nice little chocolate crunch on the outside.
Well, Ornelas, I really appreciate your time, and obviously you love what you do, and it's even shown here just in this display. Congratulations so far in your journey. I know that the road is very bright for the two of you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And again, that soiree is tonight. If you're looking for some other options and maybe to table your plate better than I do at home to make it a lot more aesthetic. If you'd like to join us in Your Morning Kitchen, you can email us at yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca. We would love to have you guys in our kitchen, but come with your A game, as they did. Taking a peek outside there, Centennial Glass Sky Cam. Oh, it's a little shaky out there. That must mean it's windy and cold. Are we still feeling cold?
I'm feeling pretty cold.
Feeling cold? All right, that's a 3 cold over here. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Your Morning Ottawa. For all your tech needs, Best Buy has you covered with the best deals and hassle-free store pickup options. And joining us today to give us the rundown of all the different gadgets that are available is Alex Brawley from Best Buy Canada. Good morning to you, Alex.
Good morning, Rosie. How are you?
It's great to have you back on again.
Excited to be here.
Yeah, this is such an exciting time of year.
It is.
You know, you walk into Best Buy, it's like, you know you're going to find something for someone here. So you've brought some items for us to take a look at.
Yeah, we've got some of the key items. So you can check out our gift giving guide on bestbuy.ca.
Oh, yeah.
All of this will be there. But I'm going to start by showing you a really cool handheld Xbox. So this is the Asus Republic of Gamers Xbox Ally. It's a handheld console. It's also got PC mode, so you can do regular PC tasks on here. You can play all your favorite Xbox games.
Okay.
It's handheld. It's lightweight. Take a feel. LED lighting all the way around.
Oh, look at that. I see.
Very
So
beautiful
the
unit.
graphics look amazing, right?
Graphics are unbelievable. You can play all your favorite games that you would on the standard Xbox. You can take it with you. Great on battery life. It's light, easy to use, and a lot of fun.
Oh, look at that. Maybe I can teach myself how to play a
You
game,
could. You
'cause,
could.
yeah, this is so, and then you say it has PC capability as well?
So it's got PC mode, so you can definitely check out just standard PS.
There you go. It's talking.
Now it's talking to you. There you
Talking to
go.
me. Yeah, that is so neat.
Yeah.
So this is really great. Portable and so easy to touch as well.
Exactly.
Can we tell her to be quiet?
Yeah,
Be
I'm
quiet.
telling her.
Be quiet. Be quiet. We've got a segment going on right now. There you go. See? Just use like a little mama
You know what you're
voice
doing.
in there.
Exactly.
Okay, you got a laptop here.
Hey, I got a Lenovo Slim 7i. So this is where AI meets Copilot Plus. So this is an extremely powerful productivity tool. The Copilot Plus AI platform really brings multitasking to a new level. It's got an Ultra 7 Evo processor, 32 gigs of RAM, super lightweight. It's got an OLED screen. This is a really powerful
It's a beautiful
performance
screen
piece.
too.
Yeah, it's quite
really
beautiful.
nice.
Yeah.
Right. So it powers up quickly. It's super light, easily
Whether it's for
portable.
business, student, anyone who wants to multitask and be productive, this unit is amazing for you.
Okay. All right. That's good to know. And that's also on the gift guide when you go online,
100%
right?
on the gift card. You can check that out. Now, I've got a personal assistant for you here today.
Ooh,
so this is the Samsung Tab S11.
Okay. Yeah.
This has a digital AI personal assistant built in.
Okay.
So whether you're looking to, maximize your calendar efficiency, this also has an unbelievably beautiful display. It's got the S Pen here. It's got a redesigned S Pen that has really wonderful capabilities. Whether you're taking notes for class or you're, at the grocery store taking your list, this is a really powerful tool.
All right, let's take a quick look at the last one that you have for us here.
Yeah, so this one's everyone's favorite. This is the Bambino Automatic Espresso Machine Plus. So whether you want to do the frothing milk, you want to do your own drinks, it's got manual tamping, so you can set your own drinks for whatever strength you want. For me, you need it very strong in the morning, and it's a real big favorite for the holidays.
It's a beautiful piece of machinery there. That is simply gorgeous there in your kitchen, on your counter. You're feeling like a barista there, making beautiful brews. That is so, so wonderful. Alex Broadley from Best Buy Canada. These are all on the gift guide. Once again, you go online. Where do you go?
BestBuy.ca. Check out our gift giving guide, and let's have a wonderful holiday.
Yeah, happy holidays to you.
Happy holidays to you too,
Thank you
Rosie.
so much.
Thank
All right,
you.
Will, over to you.
That's perfect, because my coffee machine just broke this morning, so I'll be snagging that. No, I won't. We're continuing our giving week. We got Megan from Shepherds of Good Hope joining us. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, it's so wonderful to have you in. And you guys started something really good with the campaign with the 12 Days of Hope. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, we are so excited. We welcome in 12 corporations to our community kitchen, one each and every day. They help prep, serve, and just make all the meals for our kitchen that day that they're in. And so it's a time for us to celebrate the community champions and give back to the individuals we serve.
It's so amazing. And this time of year, obviously you're coming to the year end. You've really seen the struggle throughout the year so far with the uptick in everything and the cost of living. How important is to have campaigns like this to go towards the organization?
This is such an important time of year for us. We raise a quarter of our annual funding during the months of November and December. So it's vital. I mean, without this community support, without the funding coming in right now, we wouldn't be able to serve the individuals that we do.
And you said that now is such an important time of year, and today specifically is a very important day. Can you talk about the significance of today?
Yes, so we're launching into our holiday campaign. It's very much focused on food security and our kitchen team. And we have an anonymous donor who stepped up and is going to match up to $35,000 worth of gifts this season. So yeah, it's phenomenal, because that means, a meal costs approximately $5. Even a $5 donation now will feed 2 people. So we're pretty excited and very grateful for this opportunity.
When you have something like that come by your business, come by your desk, however it means, maybe a phone call, what's your immediate response? Because you might just get this overwhelming feeling of just, like there's still such great positive energy out in our community.
I think that's what's so exciting about a week like this. It kicked off with Giving Tuesday on Tuesday, and it just helps remind you of how compassionate and generous our community is. Every time a call like that comes in, we obviously get very excited. And then you just feel this sense of gratitude, because you can see how it takes a team to feed and serve our community. And Ottawa's so amazing about stepping up and doing that, just that. It's really exciting.
And I love that we don't know who did it too, right? An anonymous donation going up to that, because it's just someone of the goodness of their heart that wants to make a positive impact. And how can people at home continue to make an impact with the Shepherds of Good Hope? Because there are many different ways that they can contribute.
Absolutely. So obviously the website is the easiest way. If you reach us at sghottawa.com, it's easy to donate online. We always have people calling in as well. Our team is always ready to take those calls. And at this time of year too, if people are interested in volunteering in our kitchen or in any of our supportive housing residents, we encourage them to do so, and they can find more information about that on our website as well.
Because the volunteers are the lifeblood of so many of these organizations, right? Like, they do such amazing work.
We rely on our volunteers. We have over 200 volunteers who are with us regularly, and our kitchen wouldn't run without them. So yes, lifeblood is the right word to describe them.
We can never give enough shout outs for the volunteers. So there's an extra one for you. Thank you for helping organizations like the Shepherds of Good Hope. And thank you, Megan, for joining us this morning. And let's just continue to get those numbers up to help those in need.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we're going to take a peek outside because those temperatures, woo, they have dropped into the mid-low teens. Will it warm up? Maybe a quick forecast before we let you go. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
That is it for the show today. Tomorrow, I'm going to be live from the Infinity Convention Center for the Christmas Cheer Breakfast. It is sold out, but that is good news, right? Because the funds go to such great charitable organizations, so that'll be fun. So I guess I'll leave you guys here at the desk.
Well,
and
you're going to leave us nice and
things.
cozy because thank you to your guests. We got some guitars, swag, and gasoline swag for that coming up too.
A little too cold to wear that today. You need about 10 more layers on top of it. The mother and me, bundle up, sweetie. It's going to be chilly out today.
Okay, there you go. You take good care. We'll be right back here tomorrow morning.